still get pills. I'm aiming for wigs, so I'm aiming to kill. Set up in the men's, don't give a fuck, you can still get drilled. All I wanna do is crush that porn. My niggas them told me make peace before you go to war. I said fuck that, I wanna drill now and then drill some more. Smoke my man in the face, yeah that point got scored. Couldn't give a toss about law. Niggas no CP. More time if it was done by the 7, it was done by me. I ride for my G's, put my heart on the streets. So if you see me, that's nothing but teeth. So chat tough and I'm spinning round. After ops, how that spin the sounds. When I spin the banks, try and know that's a nigga down. And where I'm from, we always know to keep things around. All the risks that the team be taking. That's why my nigga Nero's money.
Salute all you've got in the house. Wavy take, salute to you, brother. Mr. Pads, salute, good brother. What's he put? Salute, Loz. Did you see England's World Cup group? Very easy group, brother. I can see England making it far. I got Brazil to win though because Southgate is very poor. Who will start? Maguire will start. Yeah. I tell you what though, Mr. Pads, he's about best manager we've had since probably Terry Venables back in the 90s. I like that UK rap intro, Loz. It's hard. Yeah, it's a good song, and it's old. I think it's 2017. DP Rocker, salute to you. Tyrone, I'll shoot you a link if you want to get on, or anyone wants to get on. Yeah, it's old. The guy who sung that is he's in jail. I think he got life for shooting at policemen. He tried to shoot a copper or something. That's what I read. He tried to shoot a copper, and he got. He didn't kill him though, but he got life for it. Shoot you. I've sent you a link if you want to get on. It's up to you, bro. It's just coming over now. I'll send Michael one and I'll kick off the show. Send Mike one if he wants to get on. Loz, do you like Willie? Skepta? Yeah, I like Skepta. And Getz, yeah, Getz is a bad boy. Yeah, I like Getz. I haven't heard nothing of him for a while. But yeah, Getz is sick. And Giggs. Do you like Giggs as well? Mike. Yeah, Getz is a bad boy. And Skepta. Skepta's old school, isn't he? Send. But yeah, I do like Skepta. Kenneth Johnson, salute to you. Hope you're good out there, and you, DP Rocker. Right, Mike, if Mike comes through, I'll send you on. Got it all coming through. MJ Total Health. And, salute to you. Wellness and Enrichment. Salute to you, good brother. Right. Let me kick off the show then. I don't know what to start with. Let's start with this news then. The Gambosis Devaney fight. Quality. I know George Gambosis just had you now, Ty. Can you hear me, Tyrone?
Yeah.
You sound quiet.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. You just sounded a little bit quiet, that's all, bro.
Oh, okay.
What do you think of this fight then, Tyrone?
I mean, I don't think about it any more different than I thought about Crawford versus Ndongo or Charlo versus Rosario. I mean,
What, you don't?
No, just weak unified champions. I think this is tailor-made for Haney. I think the worry would be the Lomachenko fight that he's apparently stuck with. That is a tough fight, but this fight, I don't see it being very tough for Haney. If I lose to if he were to lose to Kambosos, he should hang it up.
Right. Just one sec. Just let me answer this question. Yeah, I remember that song, Dot Rotten. Let me send Canvas a link because Canvas wants to get on. Invite. and then we'll jump into it. My good friend, just let me canvas. Where are you? There you are. Oh, what's going on here? Did you? What someone put? Vortex. Haney is gonna get his ass beat. Well,
It's a
just
different opinion.
well, I tell you what, I think it's a tough fight for both of them. Right, let's get into it then. Tyrone don't like pillar fisted fighters.
Yeah, I'm not even a fan of Haney either, honestly.
I like Haney, me. I think I like them both. I think they're both good fighters. I
I
don't.
think Haney's too much of a Mayweather imitator, man. The ha
Yeah,
ha
but
and the ishi shish, I'm not into.
the thing is, the thing is, though, Ty, what you've got to think of, though, right? There isn't many fighters like him out there what won't smoke. That's what I like about him.
Well, to be honest,
That's
even that
cool.
contract, I know they hesitated. I would have hesitated as well. I mean, that just seems like a top rank rug pull. I mean, 3, 4 fights. I guess they just said whatever and they did it. I mean, even I would have hesitated. I mean, the Cambosis fights, I would have signed that no problem. But to be tied up with Lomachenko and then maybe a rematch with Lomachenko as well to have I mean, that seems excessive. I'm sure they thought about it. That's why it took so long. I don't blame them on that part.
Yeah. Right, everyone's coming. Reggie Owens, salute to you, bro. And Bruce Ghost, salute OG. Just let me answer this question. Right, there's a guy in the chat vortex. He's put Reggie keeps cooking them LDBC dude players. Reggie's been cooking. Reggie's been cooking the hell out of fucking Fred. He had me in stitches for Reggie boy has this week. Didn't know you had that side to you, Reggie. You're like a man on a mission. But it's funny. So I was watching one of your live streams the other day, and it had me fucking crying with laughter. Crying with laughter. You were going in on him like fuck. I was like, okay, now Reggie's had his foot on his neck for the last 2 weeks. Right. Well, I'll get this off the screen. I don't know. I need to go back to thingy. Yeah, I I think it's a good fight, me, Tyrone. Who's that is your freaking avatar now?
The joke is,
Who is he?
remember the Ortiz Martin fight? And
Yeah,
we noticed it immediately. Me, Watcher, and Mo, we were watching it. We were streaming it, and they pulled up this guy. And if you read it, it says Riddick Bowe, former lineal heavyweight champion. They pulled up somebody who looked. They thought it was Riddick Bowe,
yeah.
and they showed his face, and he was just looking up like that. And I just screenshotted it. It was pretty funny.
Down. What's put? I gotta give Fred a 2 week break because of YouTube. Okay, now Reggie, you're never right. Yeah, like I say, then if you want to get on, Reggie, you're welcome. I know you're probably busy. You're probably working. Tyrone,
Mm-hmm.
the thing is though, how I see that fight at George Gambosis and the Devon Haney fight, I I think it's a good fight, and I think this year, I think boxing's been kind to us this year. I think this year, especially this month, stacked with some good fights, and next month, it it's moving in the right direction though. Because let's not get it twisted. It did look like George Gambosis was coming off. Yeah, I'm at work, bro. Yeah, all right, Reg. Salute. No worries, brother. Thanks for popping in and listening. Um, I'll check out some of your lives, Reggie. You've just been coming. Obviously, when me living in UK, you come on a lot when I'm at work. It's vice versa, I suppose. Um, if you want to get on Bruce Goes, you're more than welcome. Yeah, it's moving in the right direction, though, Ty. Don't you think? Because, like I say, let's not get it twisted. It seemed as if Gambosis was coming with some BS. He didn't want fight Devin Haney, and looking towards the Lomachenko fight. But fair credit to him. I think it's an hard fight for both of them. I really do. I mean, Canvas, who'll be on in a minute, he told me about Gambosis being the one to watch out for a while back.
No,
And
I
so
thought
far,
we beat him. I've never been a fan of his. I thought he's average. He's all right.
here's Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson.
Oh yeah, now it's time to get it on. What's up, Tyrone? Where you been, boy?
Just chilling. I'm about to make a video actually. It's unrelated, but Jaron Ennis will not stop Castillo Clayton. That he's got a big head. He's not stopping that guy.
Oh, that's
Gonna have trouble with him.
I mean, well, like I said in the chat, man. I said that me and you both gonna be getting called coons.
God damn. Mike, what do you think to this fight, bro? This Gambosis fight.
Oh, the Cambosis and Haney?
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing that's they both really ain't got that much experience when you say like the level of opponents, but it's just kind of making me seem like with all these weird negotiation tactics and how everything's been transpiring that I don't think Cambosis is too sure that he's gonna win.
Nah, he knows he won't. I mean, if he were to fight him or Lomachenko, it's a rock and a hard place.
What is it with you two? You two don't seem that bothered about it.
Nah, because he's not that good.
I think it's going to be a good fight.
Nah, dude, I'm more looking forward to that Clarissa Shields and Marshall fight and the Serrano and the Taylor fight more than Cambosis and Haney.
Okay,
because Haney is a young guy. Haney wins, he loses. He still got time to bounce back, become undisputed, become champion again. Or become a champion and another shot at becoming undisputed. Cambosis loses, he's not gonna get none of these paydays. He's not gonna get none of these big checks no more. Who's he gonna fucking fight? Teofimo should have been in the hospital instead of in the ring when he fought him. So, you know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna rematch him. No, and right. Teofimo ain't gonna rematch him. After he wins his next fight, it's gonna be like, okay, whatever, motherfucker, bye, Felicia.
I think it's a great fight, me. I think they're both good fighters.
No, Lost. I'm not saying it's not a great fight.
No, but I
said like I have other fights that I'm looking forward to more than this.
Well, for me, it's an undisputed fight, so I'm going to rock behind it. I'm both of them. Canvas, salute to you, brother. George going to whoop that fake Muslim. Wow, this guy's going in this vortex. He don't like
what did he say?
Devin Haney. I don't know. I think it's a good fight. Canvas.
Yo.
You all right, bro?
What up, Canvas? Long time no see.
Yeah. Well, I thought I'd give it a year or so,
You're a bit quiet, Canvas. Can hardly hear you.
Yeah, hold on. I'll just sort my microphone out.
All right.
How's that?
Yeah, it's a bit better, yeah.
Okay, what were we talking about then? Haney, Cambosis, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, good fight. I'm looking forward to it. I think I said on one of your lives going back, even before the Lopez fight was made, I said Cambosis was a dark horse of the division. And
yeah, you did.
I did fancy him to beat Lopez. There wasn't too much to see when he fought. Who's the Welsh kid?
I thought Selby beat him.
Yeah, it's a pretty close fight. But I was just seeing things in that fight where I thought, I did like his work that he done, and I wasn't overly surprised when he beat Lopez. I was surprised that he put Lopez on his arse. But I think it's a comfortable fight for Haney to win. I think he can win it as long as Haney doesn't trade with him, because this kid's got fast hands, and we've seen what happens, when he stood there with Linares and what happened.
Yeah,
but I think it's a comfortable fight that Haney can win quite easily, as long as he doesn't start duking with him.
Yeah, I think it's an hard fight for both of them. Me, that's what I think. But yeah, looking forward to it. Is there anything else you want to talk about on this, or do you want to move on to the next subject?
Yeah, I'm cool with anything, man. Yeah.
I can't hear you. What you say?
Yeah, I'm cool with
You say
anything.
he's good with anything. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to it. Me. Yeah. Right. Okay. Another fight. What's coming up? Demetrius Andre and the Zach Parker fight. What have you got to say about that?
Didn't know nothing about it. First I heard about it was today. Great fight. Looking forward to it.
It's at Pride Park as well, in his own football team in his own town
Yeah.
in Derby. I, I can't comment on this because to be honest, and or not, I've never seen the Zach Parker fight. I've never seen him fight. I've seen loads of Andrade fights. Seen loads of them. Do you?
Mm.
Yeah, get him up out of here. Vortec is a troll, Loz. Yeah. Okay, DP Rocker. Yeah, get him out of here, bro. If he's trolling. Don't want no trolling here. Stormy, salute to you, brother.
What's
Hope
up,
you're
Reggie?
good
What's
out there.
happening?
Yeah, do you feel that Demetrius Andre is one of the most I wouldn't say one of the most ducked fighters, but do you think he's ducked a lot?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I do.
I
Because
do.
here he is, the OG. Bruce Gold, salute to you, good bro.
Loz D, punch out, my bro. What's happening?
Yeah,
Hey,
good
this
brother.
is the no smoking zone.
No smoking. Come on.
Hey,
I just had a nice piece of fish for dinner, man. I gotta have a couple of tokes. I'm starting to get edgy over here, bro. And you know I break no laws, man.
Yeah,
Card carrying marijuana patient for the state of Rhode Island, bro.
get in,
All,
son.
all legal and above board, my man.
Yes, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I would never jeopardize you, Loz, my brother.
No,
I'm not
we're just
bothered.
joking.
Do what you want on here, mate. Derek Bailey, salute to you, Derek. Yeah, so come on, let's get revved up because everyone seems flat tonight.
Hey man, I was listening to you talking about the Haney and Kambosos fight.
Yeah.
Now, see that fight was not so much the Haney deal, but Kambosos had that fight signed for June 5th at Marvel Stadium. It's like a 56,000 seat arena on a Sunday afternoon in Australia. So they have the TV rights secured for the United States for Saturday evening, and the original opponent they wanted Lomachenko because Bob Arum knows he can pay Lomachenko short money. I mean, he fought Comey for $700,000, where Haney's $2 million, at least. But anyway, man, Lomo's in a war, so they had to get another opponent. Now this, Haney, the obvious choice, great opponent, great fight, but now they're throwing in a lot of baloney where contracts aren't been signed, and now Kambosos is kind of balking on it, dude. That fight has to be made. That's kind of like, did you see the first Rocky movie?
Yeah.
Well, Apollo's opponent pulled out of that 4th of July fight in Philadelphia, and they had to get somebody, and I think that's what's going on now, man. I think they're kind of dangling the contracts out, and man, all I know is that fight is going to be it's going to be a done deal. It's going to be done on June 5th in Australia, and if Haney doesn't go do it, somebody else will be. But I think it's going to be Devin Haney, man, and I think Devin Haney's going to go there and kick the shit out of Kambosos, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
That's what I think, man.
Yeah, it's an interesting, a very interesting fight. I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm glad the kid's got what he wanted because if you think about it, Devin Haney's been pushing. He's been pushing for fights like that for a long time.
Where's the fight happening? It's not in fucking Australia.
Sydney,
Melbourne.
I'm
It's in
sorry.
Australia.
Oh yeah.
Right.
That's an event, man. That's a Sunday afternoon, June 5th. And I think that stadium was already sold out for some rugby or football event, but they got the boxing in there, and it has to be. It's a sign. It's pretty much signed in blood, you know. That's I think Bob Arum has got that date cemented and that stadium cemented.
It's not just Bob Arum. Bob Arum thanked Lou DiBella for getting everything going. And
C1000, that's what I think as well, bro. Salute to you.
Yeah, well, like I tried to tell you, like Laws earlier, but I guess it flew everybody's heads. Like these guys, you know, Devin is still young and he's not that. He hasn't had those few opponents on his record that's going to give him hell with that experience, you know. And he's going up in there, 23, 24 years old, you know, and he's fighting a different opponent that he's never fought before. You know, of all the fights that he fought. But I think Kambosos is a good fighter, but I just don't think that, you know, once everything gets back to normal, I don't think he'll hold those. Even if he beats Devin Haney, he's not going to hold those belts for too long because he's, you know, with the experience they got, you know, you can't say that they have like 100% not focus or anything like that. Like kind of like how what happens to Dillian White, he just loses focus here and there or forgets what the hell he's supposed to be doing. Shit like that. I don't think those guys are consistent like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they defense is consistent like that. I don't think their offense is consistent like that. You know, I don't think they know how to switch it up with different type of fighters. I don't think they know how to switch it up with the evolution of a fight. I don't think these two guys really don't know how to do that.
So the fight's in June.
Yep.
Is it an outdoor arena?
Soccer stadium, I thought, because of Bob Arum was saying that
it's a huge, it's a 52, 56 seat arena. It's huge,
that's an Australian winter.
It's more than that. The municipality,
it gets pretty cold. You know, was it Sydney it's been old?
The municipality didn't want 80,000 people in the arena because of traffic.
Right. Okay.
So let me read this. What Reggie's put. George Kambosos has great experience. Look at the guys he sparred with. Manny Pacquiao. Yeah,
but sparring. That's the thing. It's like it's sparring. You know, sparring is not a.
That's right. Yeah.
It's not the same
World card, isn't it?
Unless we were there watching it, it's not the same thing.
All I know is that the last big fight in Australia didn't go the way that the experts had it with Pacquiao and Horn. You know, people didn't see that one go the way
it now, Mo, so you should get it now, bro.
So, yeah. Good fight anyway. I think that's
it is a good fight because and the reason, like I keep saying, man, I don't care about it. I'm not being funny, Mike. I don't care about experience, whether these two are experienced or not. At the end of the day, they're experienced enough to be holding all of them world titles in that division. So let them mix it up.
Laws that had nothing to do with that. What I said had nothing to do with what you just said.
But what I'm saying is you're saying, well, they don't know if he's got the experience of this.
Well, I'm talking about them two fighting in the ring. I'm not talking about what the fight is worth to the viewers.
Well, it doesn't matter whether these are. If you think about it, really, Mike, it don't really matter whether they've got the experience or not. They've both got to fight each other, so.
It does because I was talking about them two fighting. I was talking about who I think is going to come out victorious in the fight. I was talking about that type of thing. I wasn't talking about how I don't care about belts. I only care about the fights I want to see.
Listen, Mike, I
hear you.
You can.
You bumder!
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mike, you can. I tell you what you can do, Mike. You can.
Oh, piss off! What? Don't talk to me like that in my own house. Oh, I'm so sorry. My manners. Piss off, please.
Damn, is that how you talk in your house? That's how y'all talk. Yeah.
You've seen the videos,
joking,
Mike. He might start checking you out, Mike. You've seen the videos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's over there. That's how he talk in his house.
Reggie's put sparring is when you sharpen and learn. Sparring is very crucial. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of folks ain't been learning in sparring. I tell you that much.
Yeah. Well. It's a good fight, and I'm looking forward to it, man. Like the Demetrius Andre fight, I think he'll beat that Zack Ryder up, whatever he's called. Zack Ryder, he's a fucking wrestler.
Zach
Parker.
Parker. He forgot his
Yeah.
name. That's how much he cared about the dude. But you've seen it before, Laws. You've seen that dude before. You just didn't pay attention.
But you know what we really want to see? We want to see
Go on,
Andrade beat Parker, and then we want to see Benavides beat David Lemieux, and let those two get together, bro. That's the fight we want to see. And bro, I was lucky enough to be on a panel with Benavides last week, and I asked him, I said, why don't you go after Andrade after you fight Lemieux? And he even said, man, he's got an interim title, I've got an interim title. That's the fight I want. And it's like, well, get the fucking thing,
Yeah. Go on,
the
Canvas, what we seen?
The first I heard of Zach Parker, I mean,
I never heard of the guy.
The first I heard of him was when Frank Warren was singing his praises. I thought, who's he talking about?
I think I saw him versus Marcus Morrison.
And yeah, it was like, who is this kid? And he says he's the best 168 in the UK. And I thought, okay. So I checked him out. He's a big, strong super middleweight, but I don't see him having the tools to beat someone like Boo.
I just
don't see it.
I just don't understand the point of this. I mean, this is just chasing the Canelo payday for Andre. He didn't get him the fight at 160 with him before when he had the title, and now he's chasing him up to 168. In hopes that he comes back down and chooses him. I mean, he vacated his belt or whatever. I think it's vacated, but if he goes back, he has an option to be the next challenger forever wins Janabek and Dennis Diggum or something like that. I don't know why he vacated. I don't understand why he's coming to 168. It's more like a shot in the dark. He's not guaranteed a Canelo fight at 168 or at 160, so you might as well try to get the Charlo fight at 160. I'm not a fan of all this jumping around. I mean, he was at 54 and he moved up, and it doesn't make any sense.
So let me read this comment, what Mr. Pads has put. He's put, I'd love to see Morale versus Benavides one day. Benavides' promoter said on the other show that Morale right now has a, man, I swear I need glasses, is not a big enough name, etc. Lawrence, salute to you, bro. Ricky, E234, what's good, Rick? I hope you're good out there. I'm sorry I missed you last week, Rick. I didn't even know you was in the chat till I watched the replay back and I seen you'd come up through the chat, so I'm sorry about that. But I hope you're good out there. Yeah, well, the thing is, so Ty, I'm going to let you lot talk. The thing with Demetrius Andre, I agree with what you've just said, Ty. I'm not a fan of this bouncing up and down these divisions. He should, and I totally agree with you, Ty, he should have stayed at 160 because, like you say, he's moving up to 168. Well, Canelo's already told him what he thinks. He said, you're a dirty fighter and I'm not fighting you. Can you remember at the press conference?
Yeah, he said he was hard to watch and everything else like that.
Yeah, you're boring and all stuff like that. So, yeah, I agree with you. He should have stayed at 160 and try and try and get a fight with Charlo. That's what I think he should have done. But
yeah, I agree with Tyrone because, Canelo's only going to fight who he wants to, and it seems like these commissions are agreeing with it, and it's just what it is, man. It's some fugazi ass shit, calling another boxer boring or making that the excuse of why not to fight him or because he has no name.
He would have beat. I mean, people say that. I've seen that. I've seen Janabek. He would have beat Janabek if he wanted to, but he didn't want to take short money. He would have beat Janabek. Janabek is okay, but he's not all that, man, at all.
It's just it is what it is, Tyrone. But sometimes you just gotta, a lot of these times, boxing consumers want and what they get dishing out. It's kind of iffy.
I would have just brought Jenna back over. They would have gone to the zone and fight him. I mean, he already fought Quigley and Sulecki and Cotton Dogwa and that Wolverine guy, Akavov. A lot of guys.
Wolverine guy.
Yeah, I mean, he was already fighting those guys anyway. What's one more?
Yeah, Hugh Jackman now.
In
Hugh Jackman, Wolverine.
Yeah, it's just he really. I mean, Hearn said that they tried really hard for that Charlo fight, but they were being difficult. I know Charlo turned down Jacob for that bum in Montiel. I mean, I'm sure he's a nice guy, but let me train 6 months. I'm bigger and stronger than he is. We would get a good fight going. I mean, there was no excuse for Charlo to fight Montiel after he was fighting Derevchenko, and now he's fighting Sulecki, and he'll be out again another year. I mean, they're just hoping that they get there. They're all in a line, right, with their hands out, hoping that Canelo chooses them. They hope.
I think they're gonna. I think them Charlo's gonna bust a move because there really ain't nothing they can do to keep these fans interested. The numbers is already showing. I don't care who talking about the numbers, but I know ain't that many motherfuckers paying to watch that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Not at all.
And I know they're starting to see it. And I know people are starting to. Their people are starting to see it. So, get this guy up out of there. Then move on to better things because Canelo's not gonna fight you unless you could bring some money to his table, and I'm pretty sure that's the reason why he said you guys fight each other.
But they don't want to. I mean, Caleb Plant said he didn't. He said, "I want to fight. I want to have a tune-up before I get into a big fight." I mean, we're just in a big fight.
I mean, I don't blame him. He got up in there, and he bunked out and got put on his ass. You know what I'm saying? And he probably needs to work on that on his stamina. That's probably what he needs to fucking work on.
But with Anthony Durrell, I mean, Durrell looked all right, but he's 38, dude. He's way past it.
Yeah, and his eyes fucked up too.
Canelo purse bid winner will. If Triple G loses to Canelo, Bivol purse bid winner Bertaviev Smith later this year.
That's a good fight.
Good fight, sir. Good fight,
yeah, but then again, it goes into that realm of. When you look at the consensus of boxing fans, you're going to fight Bertaviev over the other guys. It's kind of, it is what it is, though.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mike. He's going to get aged out, isn't he? Because he's already Asian.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying. That's what I've been saying.
He won't fight Bertaviev until he's ready to fight Bertaviev.
Oh, you're talking about Bertaviev getting aged?
He's already on the slide, dude. He's gone worse. He's gone worse if you've noticed.
I think the Brown fight sort of put that off for the time being. After what but he's seen things in the Brown fight against Bertaviev that he thinks I'll give him another year and then I'll take Bertaviev then.
Yeah, I agree. I agree, Canvas.
He's not ready for Bertaviev yet because. I still think he'll get good work from Bivol. But I think he can. Yeah, I think he'll beat Bivol, but I think Bivol will give him good work.
I think he'll thrash Bivol. I think he'll
thrash. How old is Bertaviev? 36?
Yeah, this year.
I think.
36. He's 35. He's 36 this year. Or he could even be 36, mate.
Let me check.
He got 2 more years of his prime, and it's a wrap.
Yeah, totally agree, Mike.
If you got bad genetics, he out of his prime. But if you got decent genetics,
that's what Canelo's going to do to Bivol.
He just turned 37.
That's what Canelo's going to do to Bivol. He's going to walk him all around that park.
He got another year. He got another year, so it's like it's downhill. I mean, but that's the reason why you can't be one dimensional. You know what I'm saying? You got to have something else. You can't just cut off the ring sometimes. Sometimes you got to use them leg speed. You can't use your high guard as just your just the only defense you got. You know what I'm saying? And 38, like y'all said, I don't know about Bertaviev. 38.
Yeah. Bivell's a good boxer. He's a good boxer, Bivell, but he doesn't have anything that could stop Canelo in his tracks.
He doesn't have much variety either. I mean, it's basically a right hand.
I think he's a good technical boxer.
Yeah,
He's a typical Eastern European boxer, isn't he?
Yeah.
Hey, can I just say this? Salute to you, Mo, because Mo hasn't said anything.
What up, Mo?
Salute, guys. Salute.
Go on, Mo. What are you saying?
Salute, Bruce, Converse, Michael.
Tyrone. Wow, Mo.
The zone tore your ass up today, Mo.
Yeah. Like I uploaded it. It took me a while to edit that shit, and then they take it down. But I done it again, so hopefully they're not gonna take it down this time.
What have you showed, Mo? Have you showed clips?
No, literally showed the decision win. That's all I showed. I didn't even show the fight.
But what's the decision? Is it a video clip or a picture?
Yeah, it was just a clip from the zone.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a
You
fight.
know why, Mo? I worked out, bro. The longest they'll give you is like 15 seconds.
Seriously?
Yeah.
The last video I showed boxing clips in, when I wrote in the response that I was showing it for not educational purposes, but the other purposes, commentary purposes, and they gave it back.
Yeah, they do, Mike. If you put that in description and stuff like that, Showtime are the worst ones. They nail me all the time.
Hard.
They nail me over just a picture.
I think the zone is as bad nowadays.
Like Sky and the zone, Mo, you best putting in like 10 seconds, 15 seconds max of a clip, and you'll get away with it. They'll let it roll.
I thought like, I didn't even show the fight. All I showed was like, the decision, and I was it.
Don't matter, Mo. Don't matter. It's because it's still their material.
Every Tuesday night, man, I showed like 2, 3, maybe even 4 fights. Me and this guy George Jakovic, former HBO exec, we do a thing we call it Tuesday Night Fights, and we show vintage fights from the 90s to early 2000s. And the only time we get whacked is if we show like one that's from like the 15s, beyond that. Otherwise, they pretty much.
Right,
man, the other night we showed Norton and Corey and Ernie Shavers, Joe Frazier, no problem. But we were showing what the hell was it? The Frazier and Ali 3 fight, the Rumble in the Jungle. And and all of a sudden, boop, we got whacked.
I just want to talk about that DAZN show last weekend, Warren C.
Yeah, I'm going to bring that up, Canvas.
Yeah, I'll save it then, when you bring it up.
And just let me answer this question quickly. This Z1000's asked me. He said, "What do you think about Novada testing for the Errol Spence and Ugas fight?"
Did you see Errol yesterday, man?
No. And then he's put Errol, man, fans aren't mentioning Novada. I didn't know anything about that.
Well,
so
I would say
this. On it, let Mo start it, Mike, if you want.
No. I just want to...
Yeah. Okay, go on, Mike. If you
you're saying Novada, but I would like to know where it's coming from because I ain't heard nothing like that. That's all I want to say.
Yeah. If that's the case, then I think there needs to be something. They need to do something about it because this is a title fight. We have to keep the same energy for everybody. So, definitely, yeah. I'm against that. Yeah, completely.
You can't have a WBC championship title without being in Nevada.
Yeah,
it's completely wrong. But I haven't seen that though, so I need more proof. I need to see a link. I need to see more proof. Because this is the first time I'm seeing it.
He's put VADA announced every fight. They ain't announced it.
Just because VADA didn't announce it doesn't mean it ain't true. Hell, the Triple BOC website shows that Tyson Fury doesn't have a boxing license.
Yeah, but he's allowed to fight though. He's allowed to fight in the UK. If he applies, all he has to do is he needs to apply for it, and that's it.
Conte. He's in Victor Conte, the snacks man.
Yeah.
Head man.
Victor Conte.
Say no more, Dan. Fucking hell.
Victor, I can beat any drug test Conte. That's the man.
Yeah.
I mean,
Barry Bonds' brother.
I don't think he's doing it now. If he is doing it, he's doing it on the real low, because that dude get caught again. He's facing some major jail time this time around. Ain't no snitching and getting out of this.
He faced time. He already did time.
Yeah, but he's looking at more.
He is. He's about to advise. Oh my God!
They're gonna give him. They're gonna give him.
I've heard so many different opinions about that. Victor Conte is a smart bastard. He's what they call a guru in the steroid industry. He can take different things like testosterone, manipulate the molecules a little bit so it won't show up on a drug test, but you get the fucking you get the fucking PED effects, and he's got labs in fucking South America, and they're doing that all the time, man. This isn't actual facts that I've heard, but I hear things from the fucking the people in the industry, because I did this for 30 years, man. I was in the supplement industry, and the supplement industry, man. Those fucking guys, they're all on PEDs. They tell you they're using their fucking creatine and their fucking their multis. And they're giving themselves shots in the ass with the latest designer drugs, so they can't get caught with it. And and believe me, there's a big black market industry out there. So that not using VADA and going with fucking Victor Conte, beware, man. I would be so leery of that. They have to be independently drug tested now. All the athletes do, man. And if not, that's just going to leave more room for after the fight's over for people to not accept the decision and to split the boxing community up once again. So they have to really be strict on drug testing today.
Just while we're on that subject, what should all your guys take on Miller being in Tyson Fury's camp?
That's another subject, Canvas. Tell you what, right? Seeing as we're on it now, go on, Canvas. You can kick it off then.
I think it's fucking. Why would you? That's just my words. Why the fuck would you have him in your camp? What purpose does he serve?
Mate, I was looking on Facebook last night on Into a Boxing, and he had that same picture up, and fucking hell, the comments were hilarious.
Somebody take care of that troll and with that slander in the chat room there. Somebody, his name is Stormy B Man.
Oh right, I was about to say, I was looking, I can see, and I can't see anything.
You know what I always say? I say it takes one to know one.
Bruce Ghost was a dealer. Just let me read these comments quick.
He was a son of wings.
Kenneth Johnson's put, I thought VADA was automatic in the WBC. I may be wrong. And then Conte's put, yeah, I thought it was. Me too. Yeah, I did kind of. Z1000's put, Conte works for VADA. He says Erwan Ugas haven't enrolled in this for the fights. Damn. Canvas, I saw a lot of people in the UK boxing were mad for Miller being in Fury's camp. Yeah, they were. Dubs put, Spencer's signed to VADA on BoxRec, and everyone believes in BoxRec, so what's different now? Good point. He's not enrolled. Why haven't VADA announced it on their website? Yeah, go on. I think the comments, because I'm going to go for a quick smoke. The comments I was reading, fucking hell, he was getting slated. Like,
I don't have a problem with Dusty Miller being in Fury's camp. I couldn't give a fuck whether he's there or not. But, if you bring a guy like that into your camp, it just brings trouble with you, and he's preparing for a fight. Why would you risk it?
Yeah.
For all he knows, Miller's in the shower jacking up. You know what I mean? Why would you just risk it? Having a guy like that around, I just don't understand it. I don't give a fuck about Tyson Fury, whether he beats White or not, because you know what I mean. I'm not a White fan as a lot of us guys aren't. But why would you bring a guy like that into camp for? I just don't understand the mentality.
And do you know what? He doesn't even replicate Dillian White as a fighter. He's a completely different type of fighter.
He's got better balance than White, though, hasn't he?
Well, he has. Yeah, he hasn't got drunken legs. But he's more, to me, Fat Dusty Miller is more of he's a pressure fighter, what throws a hell of a lot of punches. Dillian White's more of a slugger to me, who swings.
Tyson
I don't know, over to you. I'll let you lot cook on it.
Tyson Fury's more likely encouraged him. Bring as much EPO with you as you can, and see what you can do to me.
Hot damn.
I'm just going to throw it for you.
I mean, I don't, if he wants to bring him in his, it's just like this symbolism of it all. Like you popped before, you got away with it, then you bring this guy in, like pop twice. If this was a fighter that they didn't like, they'd be on Tyson Fury. If Tyson Fury was a fighter they didn't like, like that, like some of these other fighters out there, they'd be on his ass about it, and that's the reason why you can't even have things to where, you can't be around people training with just anybody with current athletes while you're going through your suspension. And when you have, it just doesn't look right.
Well, Tyson Fury loves fucking controversy, bro. That's probably his buddy. They probably have the same fucking dealer. Shit. Oh yeah, I need a sparring partner. Your name over here, shit. The photographers, they'll be lined up to get pictures of this, man. This is gonna really sell this fight. Come on over. This is the fucking boxing. We want to see fighters in the ring. All this shit that goes on behind the scenes, man. It's just the fucking bullshit that you have to put up with to see the fights we want to see.
Now, who's testing Tyson Fury right now? And if we on the subject of testing and all that stuff, hell,
he's probably getting pissed from fucking Big Baby Miller, for Christ's sakes, to see which one has the most fucking testosterone in it. They're probably fucking comparing how they can, cheat the fucking drug tests. Which one has the Wizinator, who's got the best fucking, the best clean urine. Trick Nolte's my man. I told Trick the other day, I said, Trick never smoked weed in his life. I said, Trick, every time you flush that toilet, you're flushing $50, $100 down there. I said, people would pay for that urine these days, man. He laughed like a bastard, man. But it's kind of the truth, though.
Yeah, just don't understand that decision at all. Because shit sticks, and just a crazy decision.
Yeah, but
everybody knows. No, go ahead, man. I was just going to say about Big Baby Miller.
I was only going to say Fury, he likes that type of stuff, though. He wants people to talk about him, though. That's why he got him in a camp. It's not about him training with him, because obviously he doesn't fight like Dillian White. It's just he wants this talk. He wants to promote the fight. And the more you talk about it, the more people are going to be excited about it. So that's the only reason why he got him in a camp.
Well, he may as well. He's got Joseph Parker carrying his spit bucket for him. So, he may as well have Miller in there as well, doing something. Because that's all fucking Joseph Parker's doing, is just carrying his spit bucket and hanging out his ass.
Yeah. Like I don't understand how Parker can be like that and be a man. I just don't understand that, mate. Literally, like the way he's like, when people say man fan on YouTube, all the people on YouTube, they say man fan, but like Joseph Parker, he's a man fan. As a boxer, he needs to be ashamed of himself.
Joseph Parker over the years has had everything handed. His handouts. He's been Eddie Hearn's lapdog. He's waited around. He hasn't fought any of the dangerous guys apart from his early days, and even those were like mandatories and stuff like that. And he's just waited around fighting taxi drivers, Uber drivers, until Eddie Hearn goes, well, how do you fancy against White? And then you don't see him again. And then he shows up again. He takes a fight against Chisora the first time. I thought he lost the first fight against Chisora. And it seems he just bombs around waiting for Eddie Hearn to give him scraps. It's, I think he's a talented guy. He's got the fastest hands I've ever seen in the heavyweight division at the moment. But his heart just needs to be checked. It really does. I think he's lazy. He doesn't want to go his own path, do his own thing, and get his own straps. He'd just rather wait for Eddie Hearn to throw him scraps off the table. I just don't get the guy. I never have got the guy, to be honest with you. He's talented, I'll give him that, but he's fucking lazy, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Yeah, this guy in the chat, Z1000, he's going wild, man. Absolute wild, like.
Was this guy showed up before?
I've never seen it before. He's got a wrench. That's all I can see. But he's going wild, man. But like, Look, at the end of the day, Joseph Parker, he's content with his life. He's got a lot of money. He got money too early. That's why he behaves like that.
He has, and that's fair enough, Mo. But don't be saying every time you're in front of the cameras or a microphone, I want to chase world titles again, because you've shown little of that to me.
Yeah.
You don't want to chase world titles. You just want a nice payday on a pay-per-view event. You were not interested in world titles, or else you would have done it. You'd be fighting serious guys by now.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So stop with the bullshit saying that you're interested in being a world champion again when he was at the WBO, and show us that you want to fight these guys. Names have been banded around before, like Michael Hunter. That fell through. He's not interested. He just wants to make a nice little pay packet on a pay-per-view event against washed-up guys like Derek Chisora, and that's all he's into.
Absolutely, man. That's basically Joseph Parker all over it. He's got his money.
I don't blame him for that.
Yeah.
I don't blame him for that at all. Fair play to him. If he wants to go down the route, fair play. But don't say you want to be a world champion again when you're fighting people like Derek Chisora.
Yeah, and also he ducked Hrgovic as well. He could have fought Hrgovic.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, absolutely.
All he wants is money fights, big money fights. Hrgovic is not going to get you that big money fight.
No.
He's waiting for another AJ fight. He's not calling out his mate Fury.
What happened?
I don't know.
Oh, Mo dropped off.
Yeah, Mo's gone. He dropped off.
What happens when you talk about Joseph Parker like that?
Oh, I hope it didn't hurt his feelings. Mo knows the score. Mo knows the score on Parker.
I mean, I don't blame Joseph Parker. I really don't blame him. And it is what it is. I mean, he could sit around and wait all day and waste people's time and stuff like that. But it is what it is. And he fighting Chisora again?
I don't know, man. I think that one's done and dusted, to be honest with you. I think that one is done and dusted. But it was so one-sided, basically, the second fight. But like I said, if Parker wants to do that, I'm cool with that. Just sit back and get a payday when it's thrown to you. But don't be saying on live TV or on interviews on the internet that I want to be a world champion again, because you ain't showing nothing of that you actually want to do it. Spent too many years in New Zealand just doing fuck all, and then he come over to the UK and got thrown a few bones.
Pretty much. That's exactly what happened. Doing nothing, buying this time.
We're just having a rant. We're just having a rant on Joseph Parker hanging out Tyson Fury's arse.
Wasted talent.
Yeah.
Wasted talent of a fighter. I said it, and I'll say it again. Don't know what that guy's on, but he loves just fighting mediocre heavyweights or fighters what are coming to the end of the career, instead of pursuing his career to try and fight for a world title.
He might as well fight Lucas Brown.
Yeah. Even when he was up and coming, about the same time as Joshua was coming up, he never went for the Commonwealth titles, because he knew the guys in the Commonwealth he'd be fighting against UK guys, and he swerved it big time. He went down the WBO route, the easier route out of all of it. Oh yeah, you're actually right. Joyce will just walk him down and pummel him.
Watcher just said Joseph Parker might end up fighting Joe Joyce next.
I hope so. Good fight.
Then he says Joyce will down him. I think he's slicking up. I think Joseph Parker is slicking up with that guy to go to a decision.
Mike, I agree with you there. Very well could do, mate, bro. Especially if Parker. Watcher, if you won't get on, bro, I'll shoot you a link. You know you're more than welcome.
Hey, I think Mo's back. Mo's in the waiting to get on.
Yeah, I've got him back on now, Bruce.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Loud and clear.
My internet's messing about.
What do you think of that about Joseph Parker, Mo?
Oh, what? Joseph Parker? I just said it. You know, he's just a
Oh,
he's just a mess.
No. Joseph Parker versus Joe Joyce.
Oh, Joe Joyce. That's not gonna happen because I don't think Parker is gonna want that because he's like I said earlier, he wants money, and Joe Joyce is not gonna give him the big money fight that he's looking for. So he's not gonna do it.
No.
But I agree with what Mike just said, though. Sorry, Canvas. Just quickly. Excuse me. I agree with what Mike said. I think if Josie Parker lost weight, came down a stone or two, I think he could easily box his way to a decision. But as he was the weight what he fought Chisora in the last fight, even though he totally outboxed Derek Chisora, I think he'd struggle with Joe Joyce at that weight.
I think he would. Parker's seen too much of Joe Joyce. He's seen Joe Joyce take full-blooded punches from the likes of Takum. He's seen him take full-blooded punches from Daniel Dubois. He don't want none of Joyce. Parker don't have a plan B. If plan B A isn't working, Parker goes to shit.
Well,
in the fight.
remember, Canvas. It ain't even the plan B. Like the dude, he can't go over 4,000 RPMs. It's like as soon as he thinks he's giving the car too much fucking gas, he just takes his foot off the fucking pedal. Oh shit! I can't fucking go 40 kilometers. Wait a minute, I'm going too fast.
Thing is, though, Mike. The thing with Joe Joyce, his style of fighting is it can wear fighters' opponents down, even though, like you say, Mike, he is very slow, but he's effective because he's a pressure fighter.
Yeah,
he's a pressure fighter. He doesn't miss with a lot of his shots, the ones what he does throw, and the man's got a granite chin.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you're punching someone all night and you can't get rid of them, there's a good chance that you're going to burn out like Daniel Dubois did. That's how I always knew he was going to beat Dubois.
If you're breaking cheekbones with a jab all night, Parker don't want none of that smoke.
I don't think Joe Joyce has a granite chin, but okay. I mean, all the other stuff I agree with you, but I don't think he has a granite chin. I mean, I've seen him wobble in fights plenty of times, but the fighters that he fought against all fucking took the foot off the gas. You know, they didn't. And then not only that, Joe Joyce is good at hiding it. You know, when you wobble Joe Joyce, he doesn't fucking stop doing what he's doing. He keeps moving forward and he keeps throwing punches. That's when you it's kind of like you piss him off. You know what I'm saying?
I disagree there.
That's good.
Yeah, I mean,
go on.
Out of all the people in the heavyweight division, I think Joe Joyce has got the best chin. Yeah, can you knock him out? Absolutely. But if you look at everybody in the heavyweight division, yeah, of course, yeah, I agree with what he's got one of the best chins.
I've never seen him wobbled.
Me watching I saw that amateur clip of him versus Kuzman a while back, and Watcher re-uploaded it to jog people's memory again.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Yeah,
and he was hurt badly.
Yep.
On his feet.
Is the last time
he hasn't really faced anybody, does he?
No, he fought Takum.
The last time that he fought?
Takum. He fought Takum last July.
Yeah, but Takum, come on, we need to see a better opponent. Somebody like maybe Hugo Fury, somebody like him, maybe.
Hugovic, that'd be a good fight for him.
He's fighting the Chinese guy.
Oh,
undercard.
What Zhang?
Zhang.
Yeah, Zhang.
No, Zhang's fighting against Hrgovic.
Yeah.
What I'm saying, though, Hrgovic will be a good test for him.
For who?
For Joe Joyce.
Yeah.
And I think he'd blow that Hrgovic guy out of the water. I don't think highly of him. But he is better than Babbage.
Babbage is
savage.
He's a cruiserweight, try to pretend to be a heavyweight. So
did you guys see him fight Tom? Did you see him fight Tom Little?
Yeah.
I was laughing during that. Little, he had his guard up. He was like,
"Yeah, man, let me invite you."
Little had his guard up, and Babbage was just throwing. He said, "Come on, Babbage!" He started screaming. I lolled.
Yeah,
What's the
Babbage.
first initial of your email, bro? I'll send it. If you want to get on, you can jump on.
I can send it to him in WhatsApp.
Yeah, all right then. Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't even put your. I usually put mine in the chat, but you can't even afford to do that today because
What's his first
you
initial?
don't get a weirdo.
I can't get off my screen now for some
No,
unknown
you're
reason.
gonna get a weirdo popped up on yours. You can't put it in the chat.
No, I mean, what's his first initial? Because I'll just send it. I can't get back onto my screen.
Who? Ali Babbitt?
No, me.
Oh, you. I don't know.
No, don't matter, Mike. Yeah, I've
Just
done it now.
so we can help.
It don't matter. I've done it. Well, Magic Man, salute. Have I missed much? About an hour. We're just talking about these lower. Well, I won't, the not the elite heavyweights like Babbage and I won't call Babbage elite, but like Hergovich and Joe Joyce and Joseph Parker. And I tell you one thing, I don't want to see Derek Chisora no more. I don't want to see him no more. He's like Dave Allen.
Made enough money, or surely he's made enough money now.
Yeah, he
must
be
at least
10 million by now.
Still a pay-per-view star.
I mean,
I had enough of him as well, to be honest. After that last fight against Parker, I had enough now.
Yeah.
That's it now, innit? You know what I mean?
I mean, he dined out on that Takam stoppage for years, man.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. I saw that live, man. He was getting beat up, and then he just pulls it out of the hat.
Yeah. Right, let's talk about that DAZN card from last week then. About Kiko Martinez and Josh Warrington. Go on, Canvas.
Okay,
You can kick that off.
Kick it off. Right. It's a fight I expected Warrington to win. I mean, like, Martinez had been stopped by a lot of other guys from the UK before, Frampton, etc. What amazed me more than anything was the interviews afterwards. Was Lara just erased from the earth? Because no one talked about Lara. The fight had already been made with Lee Woods afterwards, and Lara's name, I mean, it was like it'd been absolutely erased from the memory banks.
Somebody said it once, and then that was it.
That's the thing, though. That's Mike. This is all goes back to what we were talking about last week. When you make videos or you talk about fighters swerving other fighters, people hate on you straight away. And it's the same thing with the media. When they interview fighters, they won't ask the questions what the fans what the real fans want to ask. They ask the questions what the fighters want to be asked.
That's the first thing that us chaps were talking about on WhatsApp. What's happening with Lara then?
Well,
it's not gonna happen.
Not happen.
I mean, how can he move forward?
Did you just do? You swerve it?
Yeah,
what they all do.
Let me just answer this. Just let me answer this question quick. Will Magic Man's put his Warrington Lara 2 going out. It's already happened. The second fight. It was
three.
A clash of heads.
But I'll tell you what,
it was a clash of heads, and the fight was deemed a draw. But I watched on Facebook the other day, Canvas, on that Into a Boxing webpage on Facebook. He was getting slated for the amount of dirty headbutts what he got away with against Kiko Martinez. Did you see him?
Absolutely. They called him Head and Shoulders, didn't they? His nickname was Head and Shoulders.
The thing that got me the most was the rep told Kiko not to lead with his head. But every time Warrington gets him on the ropes, he's leading with his head and he's pushing him with his he's putting his forehead on his lips.
I mean, the first knockdown, Warrington tried to come over with like a left hook or whatever, instead came in with his head. And
Yeah.
then it got him concussed, and then he started to blink, and they fought on, and then he's on the floor.
Yeah, and this is the thing. This is the thing. If you ever heard two heads hit each other, there's no way in fucking hell the ref didn't hear it. There's no way in fucking hell he didn't hear it. That shit sounds like two fucking bricks hitting each other.
That's what they were saying, Mike, on that webpage. Another decision for a British. I mean, I'm not going against them. I'm just saying on that webpage they were saying another decision for a British fighter because of the British Boxing Board of Control.
Apparently, he broke his jaw again.
Yeah, he broke his fucking jaw. He broke the dude's jaw.
6 pictures of the headbutts.
Yeah, go back and look at the fight. There's some of them shots Martinez fucking gave him, slowed him the fuck down. And then you start seeing Warrington kind of slow down because his jaw was fucking cracked. He cracked that boy's jaw. Ain't no ifs, ands, what's about it.
I saw on Boxing Scene that he wants to come over here and fight Santa Cruz.
He better, He better sit down.
Yeah, I've heard that as well.
Santa Cruz will beat him, I think.
But
yeah, beat him 1 point.
But that's the thing. You lose against the guy, and then you go to a draw. Then you fight Martinez. Then you get a fucking belt. And you're like, everybody's like, oh, he Laura. Oh, that guy doesn't exist. He's retired.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, exactly, bro. This is what we were saying last week, wasn't it, Mike? I couldn't for the life of me understand how he vacated the belt. He fought Lara. He got knocked out. He fought him again. It was a draw because of clash of heads. Okay, but whatever you want to call it. But then Barry, Kid Galahad, wins the belt against the Scouse lad. Then he fights Kiko Martinez, gets knocked out. How the hell did Josh Warrington catapult from out of nowhere?
Yeah.
This is what I was asking myself.
They bought the title. They bought the title.
Well, I said this on the video canvas. What the hell did Kid Galahad? How did he catapult himself into that position? And Kid Galahad just disappeared into the background.
It's money,
like Mike says, if you put it in perspective, both of these fighters have got the asterisks against the name. Warrington, Lara, Martinez, Kid Galahad.
Yeah. Hearn made no secret. I mean, he even said it to Warrington's face. You got the fight because you sell out arenas in Leeds, and that's it. He knew if he offered that fight to Warrington, it'd sell out the arena. I don't know what it holds, 4,000, 6,000, whatever it is, but every time he fights in Leeds, he sells out. I mean,
yeah, it's about 20,000, isn't it?
Yeah. Now he's talking about going on the road away. He wants an away day to fight someone, whether
Lee Wood, innit? Yeah, he wants to fight against Lee Wood.
He fights Lee Wood. It will sell out in this country, but
not in America.
Yeah, it was a bought title. I was disgusted, and like Lara must be sitting there thinking, "You're running away from me." So if I was Lara, I'd just bide my time because personally, I don't think he'll get past Lee Wood either. I think Lee Wood will beat him.
Oh, Lord, I'll be cussing that motherfucker out right now, every fucking day.
Yeah.
The same thing, though, right? If you think about it, the same thing. Kid Galahad's got a part to play in this because where did he disappear?
He moved
I've never even seen an interview with Kid Galahad after he got knocked out off Martinez. The only time I've ever seen Kid Galahad was when someone was fighting the other week and he was in their corner. The Cal Brook and Khan fight. He was in the corner of Cal Brook. Had to jump off piece. Yeah, no worries, Bruce. Salute to you, bro.
Apparently he moved up.
All right, Bruce.
Oh, right. Okay.
He moved up. Now, that's the thing. If you lose, you have to move up.
Bullshit.
In their mind.
This is another Sonny Edwards and that Mexican fella.
Martinez. Julio. There's so many Martinez. Julio Cesar Martinez.
Yeah. Charlie Edwards got iced, didn't he?
Yeah, and then he was on the floor rolling around.
Yeah.
And he was able to get it to a DQ or no contest or whatever it was.
Got the belt back. Yeah. And then the WBC made the Mexican fella automatically #1 contender again.
And he moved up.
Exactly, Ty.
He moved up.
Bullshit, man. Absolute BS.
Why do these boxers have to justify sometimes their dodgy wins? I've seen it today. Josh Taylor. They interviewed Josh Taylor on Sky Sports, and he defended his decision against Cattrall.
Yeah, he said he saw it several times and scored it.
And he says, I've scored it myself. I've scored it myself. And I won it by 1 round. All right, Josh.
13,
yeah, we didn't see it like that.
You know what?
113, 112. That's just ridiculous.
I've lost a lot of respect for Josh Taylor, and especially what I was reading the other week. He's been taunting, whether it's true or not, but what I was reading in the paper, he's been taunting Jack Catterall over Twitter over the decision.
Nah.
I don't like stuff
he
like
has.
that.
He has, but if I was him, I'd just be like, look, man, sucks to be you. And I just keep my fucking mouth shut because at the end of the day, the dude has he has literally a right to be pissed the fuck off. He has a right to be pissed the fuck off. If that was you, you would be pissed the fuck off too. It wasn't no fucking 1 point. It's like you the powers that be kept you going so you can get a bigger and better fight, and that's it. That's it. To feed you to somebody, because obviously, if they can't get that much money out of your ass right now, you know what I'm saying. Then after that fight, can't get no money out of your ass. You're not promoted properly. You know, nobody even respects you. Nobody even paid attention to you being undisputed. Nobody.
Yeah, that's true. It wasn't even broadcasted in England as well. Like, no, we didn't even see it.
Yeah, it's the equivalent to Tyson Fury being undisputed and nobody speaking of it.
Yeah.
Well, it was, wasn't it? I mean, it was. Nobody wanted to pick up the fight when he fought Ramirez. No one wanted to pick up the fight, and someone did last minute.
He jumped on his jock strap straight after that.
Yeah.
After he won.
If I was Josh, you know what I would say to Cattrall? Like, instead of like arguing with him, I would say, you know what, you deserve to win. I've had a lucky decision, but you're supposed to be a champion. I'm gonna give you a rematch, and that's it.
Exactly, Mo.
But Mo, like everybody's not gonna do the right thing. You see what I'm saying? Everybody's not gonna do what they feel that is morally right. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I'm pretty sure right after that fight, people told him what the fuck to say. They gave him some instructions. Don't say he won the fight. Blah blah woo woo woo. If anybody asks you, you won fair and square. Make up something. Make them believe that you won, because that's all it is when it comes to these fighters running their mouth and these promoters running their mouth. Is how much can I make people? How many people can I make? How many people can I persuade to believe and what the fuck I got to say and what the fuck I got to sell? He don't give a fuck, because there's still idiots out there that believe anything that comes out of his mouth, just like a whole lot of these other guys. You know, Mo, take it with a, you know, if he says some shit like that, the people around him be pissed the fuck off.
Yeah, that's right. But it's just the moral thing to do at the age that he's at, just to coming out and just, you know, tell the truth. And you know what? People give him a lot of respect. They'd be like, you know what, Josh, you know, he's such a lad. You know, look, he's putting his hands up, and that's it.
I've seen a lot of boxers down the years get some passes, and you know, they have gone on to greater things. But in the case of like Jack Cattrall, he trained a long time, went through the ranks to get that fight, and whether he can replicate that sort of performance again, I'm not sure. Because personally, I think Taylor now will go to 147. Well, he's going to 147. There's no way he'll give him a rematch. Taylor is shot at the weight, but I do feel sorry for the guy, Cattrall. To me, he won that fight by, oh God, it was just.
You ain't gonna do that shit.
I had it 8-4. I scored it 8 rounds to 4. I did.
Yeah.
Ain't mad at
you. The thing is, though, Canvas, right? Where I've lost respect for him, it's not even. Well, it is over not giving him a rematch. But where I've lost a lot of respect for him is the taunting over Twitter and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like Mo said, as a champion, right? you fought to become undisputed, right? You caught fantastic thing. You can't knock him for what he did. He caught all the belts, right? Absolutely superb. He was the first undisputed fighter we've had for a long time. But then to only defend him once and over a dodgy decision, I know he can't make the weight. He said for ages he can't make the weight, but if you're me as a person anyway, just me as a person, if I the way I was brought up, me as a person, I couldn't live with that knowing that I've got this asterisk against my name. So I'd say to him, do you know what? Surely, Josh, you've got it in you for one more training camp to say, do you know what? Let's fucking do it. Let's run it back one last time. And
I hear what you're saying, Loz. I hear what you're saying, but I think Taylor's on the timeline. I think fights were already made after that before that Catterall fight to go to 147. And I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, they were. You're right there. They were.
But my biggest fear is, and we've talked about this before, after dodgy decision that we've seen on the zone shows, Ryder and Jacobs, Catterall, and
Ryder.
This country now has the same sort of stick as Germany, Italy, countries that we used to, like say, fucking hell. If you're going to fight in Germany, you got to kill the guy to get a decision.
Yeah, same with Italy. Yeah.
Especially against guys like Felix Sturm. A lot of British fighters got robbed over against him.
Nigel Benn had to do it, didn't he? He was
He went to
Italian
Italy.
guy.
Yeah, he went to Italy. Yeah, and now the UK is getting that same hit with that same stick, and it's rightly so because there've been some absolutely disgusting decisions.
Facts, Canvas. Facts. I did a live stream the day after it, and if you look on my videos, I put the UK flag and then the German flag inside, and that's what I called it. The UK is the new Germany. Unless you've got a fucking 357 Magnum in your waistline and you're blasting him, you ain't getting no decision.
No.
You ain't getting no decision. And like you just said, what have we had this year so far, right? We're only end of March, 1st of April today, so we're not even 4 months into the year. We're just starting the fourth month. Like you say, we've had Ryder Jacobs, Catterall Taylor, Warrington
Headbutts.
Martinez, and there was another one, wasn't there? Well, that's 3 fights. So basically, even if you can't name the fourth, that's 1 fight a month with dodgy scorecards.
Yeah, but it just rolls me, because these boxing pundits, whether it's Sky or whether it's the Zone, they treat the fans as if we're idiots. Okay,
exactly.
And I lost my shit on that DAZN show. The missus was looking at me as if like I was a rabid dog, and I was saying, ask a question about Lara. Why aren't you talking about Lara? Tony Ballin was sat there, didn't even mention Lara once.
Yeah.
The
disappearing man.
It's like they only appeal to the casual boxing fan.
The lowest common denominator.
Absolutely, Ty. Absolutely. And it just fucks me off. It really does. And then you see in the comments afterwards these knob ends. And it's just like, oh, man.
Do you know what, Canvas? And that's why I think my channel doesn't grow. Because what we're speaking about now,
you can speak the truth,
if this was a UK fan watching this now, he'd be thinking, you hating on your own country, you haters. It's got nothing to do. I've never ever played that country versus country shit. I've never played that in any kind of sport. I'm a boxing fan, like Bruce Grove says, he's a boxing junkie. I like fighters, whether they're black, white, pink, yellow, orange. I don't care what country they're from. I don't care. I don't care if you're a fighter to me, and I'll follow that fighter. And when you see dirty decisions, over other fighters who have clearly won that. Like I said this to Stormy. I said Jacobs won that fight, and he was like, no, he didn't. And I said, Stormy, Danny Jacobs won that fight. I watched it. I went back and I watched it again. Danny Jacobs won that fight.
Yeah, too little, too late from Ryder, but it's
7-5. I had it.
I just hate this condescending the way they talk to people on these shows as if like we don't know jack shit about boxing, and like we haven't watched it for the last 20, 30 years or whatever. They're just so condescending, and I was screaming at talk. Drop the question, Lara. What's going to happen about Lara? So Lara is just going to be erased from the memory banks then, and he's going to get a pass to fight. And that's what pisses me off. That fight was already made. You come through Martinez, Lee Wood's waiting for you, and I've got no problem with young guys making money and securing their future. How can Warrington walk round knowing that Lara, what he done to him, and he hurt him in the second fight as well before he got cut.
Yeah, said that last week. He hurt him.
He hurt him.
Yeah.
He wants no smoke with Lara at all, and he's made that plainly obvious.
Yeah.
And the guys on the zone will say, "Don't talk about Lara, for fuck's sake! Don't mention his name." As if we're stupid.
It's disgusting.
You know what I mean?
It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
That Lara is like you just say, cool breeze, salute to you, bro. Salute to you. Man, I haven't seen you for a while. I hope you're well out there. It is absolutely disgusting. Like you just say, it's like someone's just got Tipex and just Tipexed his name out in the book. It just disappeared. It was never there.
So
like when they put Lomachenko on TV with that.
ESPN is pretty bad, man. They had it on Teddy Atlas.
Still.
They had.
And he'd lost to Selecki or whatever he was called.
Yeah, and they told Teddy Atlas last second. This was before Rigondeaux fought Lomachenko. They had it. He was on Teddy Atlas's pound for pound, like top 5, and it was going to be showed. But he had to switch it to, I forgot who he switched it to, like Inoue or something like that. And it still had the Cuban flag. But ESPN told him to take out Rigondeaux. It's ridiculous. Like ESPN in this country here is the worst, I think. The way Top Rank does it is really bad. Like for us here in the US, like ESPN is the worst out of the 3. It's really, really bad. I mean, guys who aren't shit at all. I mean, like Muhammad Ali's grandson, I mean, is awful. Is really, really, really bad. He should stop fighting like right now. He shouldn't even play Tekken. Like he shouldn't even play video. He is really bad. Like he is a bad boxer. Like just that's the net of it. And they push him like, oh, he's improving, he's learning on the job. That hook looks like Ali. I mean, it doesn't look anything like Ali. It's just so shit.
Yeah. I'm just sick.
I'm gonna let you talk, so I'm going to but just quickly. It's very hard for fighters to replicate the fathers or the grandfathers. I mean, look at Ricky Hatton's son. He's just straight trash. And I don't like saying it because he's a Man City fan and he's a Manchester boy, but he's straight trash.
You've just said that. But that was another robbery.
Any good.
That was the robbery you were thinking about. Yeah, Canvas. Go ahead. You were saying it.
Yeah, Spanish lad.
That was another robbery because Sky has invested so much time and money into it that, like, you can't lose unless he spark the fuck out because they've invested time and money into him. So we'll give him the pass and like sort of look the other way and say, well, wasn't a great performance, but I'm just sick of all this bullshit that I see on Sky Box, especially here in the UK. Oh, and some of the quotes have been absolute classics. Who was the Polish guy that Deontay Wilder starched? What was his name again?
Spilka.
When Spilka fought Chisora.
Yeah, Chisora took him out in 2 rounds.
He's done it quicker than Deontay Wilder. This is a great performance. And it's like, yeah, but what you're not mentioning is this guy has lost 5 on the bounce after that fight to get sore. I said, stop treating us like idiots. You know
To
what I mean?
value for you.
Yeah, God. It's just so sickening that Sky actually think that everybody out there are retards when it comes to boxing.
I don't think they think that people are retards, but I just think that the way that they try to make something sound significant, they don't know how to get it out. And when they do get it out, it comes off as fucking dumb to everybody, that people that actually watch boxing. And that's just the way it is, because the way I see it is, I don't think they think that any of these boxing fans are dumb. And I think that most of the time when they put on these fights, they probably get pissed off about what they hear about some of the boxing fans have to say. But it's just that you have those small groups, small pockets of people who, because if I was in the UK, I'd probably be going and watch a boxing match every night because it's right down the motherfucking street. I can go 2 3 hours to go watch a motherfucking fight, versus over here, I got to fly from here to Las Vegas, from here to LA, from here to Texas, from here to Minnesota. And one flight coming back and forth, that's 2 G's, because I got to get a hotel room, rent a car, and all the other shit. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think they think that anybody is stupid. But I think that if you want to say anybody is stupid, if they think that we're stupid, I would take that to these weird ass decisions. And I would take that to the point where you brought up, Cavis, about them not bringing up Laura. It's like, you think that I got in an argument with a guy on Twitter talking about, oh, you guys think that all of a sudden Laura is this, Laura is that, blah, 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 we do. It's like, no, he beat his ass.
I'm sure that they made a similar comment when Conor Benn fought Algieri, and I'm sure Errol Spence.
They did. They
Errol
said
Spence's name
was
is brought.
than Errol Spence, and he's
This guy's been with Errol Spence, and like, you know, and he's top quality. Yeah, but how long ago did he fight Errol? I'm sure that and you've just confirmed that
7 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it's just like, dude, just leave it alone. It's just like, there are people out there that actually know what we're talking about, rather than just like, you know, the retards that you're used to dealing with. You know what I mean? It's absolutely crazy, man. I'm just sick to death of it. I really am.
Even the Clarissa Shields, the Savannah Marshall thing happened last night, because it's like, why you keep bringing these people up with these weird ass fucking points when you can just say, hey, what you gonna do? What do you think? What's your prediction for the fight? But they keep saying, oh, you beat her once. Oh, she beat you in the amateurs, and I'm like, who fucking cares? It's like all these boxing fans out here know where everybody is right now in the professionals. Now these people are grown ass men and grown ass women, and everybody want to keep going back to the amateur days when somebody wins or loses. And it's like, a lot of people look how many people want to go in the amateurs and end up becoming something.
Yeah, exactly. And it's the narrative crafting for me. I mean, back to Mr. Ali Walsh. I mean, Frank tried to say that he had limited amateur experience. He has no amateur experience. He's never been an amateur. And they try to say he was homeless for a year. That's not documented. That's not proven. We can't prove that. They've just made it up totally. And then they go on and they want us to do a pity party. And he sits there and he thanks his granddad after every fight. And they try to compare him to him so much. I mean, we see the play. I mean, he's garbage. Like, man, a lot of the fighters that they have on there.
Ali Walsh, look, that's like me saying Marcus Garvey is my fucking great-great-great-grandfather. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's no resemblance in the ring, there's no resemblance outside the ring. My whole thing is that what I wish they should have did was, I wish they should have let that man become his own man before they start doing all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's kind of like people do want to see like somebody like if Marvin having a son was something. People do want to see the lineage of boxers and their kids, and they fighting to actually becoming something, not doing the what's that one dude? Not Conor Benn, but the other one.
Eubank.
Yeah, looking like him. You know what I'm saying? And
the next generation.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't add these up. Like two different. I don't know what it is, man, but just can't fucking do that shit with these guys. Like, let them become their own man first, and then start doing stuff like that. Because he could try to do the Ali shuffle, but obviously, look, he got two left feet in the ring. He probably can't even dance, and they keep comparing him. And real boxing fans is looking at it, and these real people who actually, are trainers and stuff is just looking like, oh gosh, not again. Are you serious? Oh damn, my neighbor, they out there getting it in again. Shit, they're always out there.
Wow. He's another guy, Chris Eubank Jr. I mean, how old's the dude? Is he what, mid-30s now?
Yeah.
So why is he on a card that advertises next generation? Surely you would have done that shit by now. Surely at 35. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's still learning.
I think he won the IBO bout a few years back, and that was it. And he's the next generation. This is the sort of thing that they shove down your neck here in the UK, and they expect you to believe it. You know what I mean?
Eubank Senior is kind of like a weird dude, but you couldn't say that them dudes didn't have heart. He just
no, he has heart, but then again, it's the same old scenario.
Like that.
These guys are chasing world titles, and at 160 or whatever Eubank is campaigning at now, 160 middleweight, I think. So what does he want to fight Cal Brook for if he wants to win world titles?
I don't know.
Money in it.
No, I have no idea. I'm with you there, Canvas. I mean, he came over here and he fought Korobov, and he was losing that fight, and he gets a freak accident, and he was on the collision course with Charlo apparently, and that didn't work out, and now he's back home, and now he fought a decent opponent there, after like 3 bum fights. I mean, he fought Marcus Morrison, okay. Then he fought where did he find that last guy? The guy before Liam Williams. Where did he get that guy from?
I couldn't tell you.
I don't know. All I know is when he has come up against quality, I know at 168 he can't operate because the guys are just too big for him. George Groves smoked him with one arm, basically. He beat an over the hill and way past his best James DeGale. And, that's it really. But if you want to go for world titles, I'm the next generation, and you want to go for world titles, why the fuck are you coming down in weight to fight Cal Brook?
Because he hoping that he could sell out a goddamn stadium and get some money.
He probably will sell out as well, but it's just the money, isn't it?
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of okay. Kell Brook is he beat Amir Khan. Yeah, we know he ain't what he used to be. Obviously, we could see that in that fight. You know what I'm saying? And now he thinking that he could sit up over there. It's kind of like he think this guy is Pacquiao. Got the name on him and all that stuff, and then when you beat him, when he's fucking old, contemplating retirement for once again, right? I mean, like with third time, right? And that you could sit up over here and take Pacquiao steam like the way Ugas did. Like, people know what it was. The fucker was old, and Kell Brook, like, he got a couple bad eye sockets. He ain't got that. Everybody know his next loss. He's probably going to retire.
All I'll say this in regards to Eubank before I go and get another beer. Okay. He was mandatory to Charlo. What happened there? You tell me that.
Just
Warrington Lara 2.0, innit?
Yeah, I would have done the smart thing and said no too.
and that was mostly set. Like, they had word, like they was on the Hogan Charlo undercard, and they were they were on the table. They did the press conference together, and it didn't make any sense why they went away from that fight. They decided to go back.
Dude, like, He knows he was going to get his ass whooped. He's going to fuck up a whole bunch of money. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's figuring, at his age, I go fight this guy and I fucking lose, then I'm gonna have to start all. I'm gonna have to start all over again. Everybody's gonna be on my ass about me and my daddy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, shit, fight that motherfucker for what?
So he fought Liam Williams, right? That's the WBO direction. WBO right now is going to be Janabek versus some random guy, Dennis Dignam, I think. Okay, so I know he talks about fighting Triple G. He's not fighting Triple G. Is he hoping that Murata wins so that he can fight Murata? I mean, what does he want? What is he? He's a prize fighter right now.
Pretty much.
No belts, then he should say there's no belts, because right now there's no path. There's no direct path with this guy. I don't know what his plan is or what he's trying to fight other than money.
Yeah, these guys are just in there for the money, not the legacy. And to be honest, you know what? I don't even blame them anymore. If you want to make money, go for it, but stop lying to us.
Just say that you want to make money and we'll leave you alone.
Oh, right. I didn't know that. I didn't know Devin Haney had signed with Top Rank.
Well, that's what
it's a 3-fight deal on it. It's just a 3-fight deal. But the thing is, though, this guy is saying that LWC. Listen, nobody's mad. At the end of the day, I don't care about any promotional companies. Fighters can go wherever they want. That's not as entertainers.
Fighter.
So,
well, I mean, but that's the narrative that a lot of these guys on social media. That's the narrative they want to push, man, so they can get some views and some clicks. You know what I'm saying? And talk about how bad somebody else is doing because they didn't pick them up. But like y'all said, it's just a 3-fight deal. You know what I'm saying? And after this done, he can re-up with Top Rank or whoever the fuck he wants to after these 3 fights and get something popping. But everybody's watching, Haney's pockets right now. So, this fight couldn't have happened in that fight, and he's going to get X, and he's going to get X for this fight. After this fight, he's going to do it. I'm like, dude, like that's not the thing. Is like, what fights do you want to see if Haney beats him twice? Loma comes back, he beats Loma. Like, what fight do you want to see after that? That's the only thing you should be talking about.
I don't think he gets past Lomachenko, to be honest with you.
So that's going to be a tough one.
If
Loma comes back and doesn't take a tune-up, I would. It comes in rusty. I say I'll give it to Haney. But if he takes a tune-up and gets himself right and stuff like that, that's going to be a tough one.
I mean, what I'm trying to see because he doesn't have the power. I'm trying to see what Haney can do to beat Lomachenko. I just don't see it.
I'll box him. I think
no.
I'll box him.
Well, Lomachenko.
Listen to this. If Tio can do that,
my eyes.
If Tio can do that, I'll box Lomachenko. Then I think Haney does it.
Well,
Haney he's a much better boxer. He hasn't got power, but then again, like he's still growing. He's only 23 years old, so.
Everybody
are like 30 years old.
You know what makes me laugh though? People say he hasn't got power, but if you look at his record, hasn't his knockout percentage got more than taking people the distance?
Yeah, but then you got to put into the account knockouts against who? You know what I'm saying? And then
I mean, like, I don't want to knock on the door, but I mean, like, he was a world champion. He was a guy from the UK. He was a world champion for Lomachenko. I forgot his name.
Mr. Crawler.
No.
Mr. Crawler.
Mr. Crawler.
Have you ever been tasered? It's like being tasered.
That's what he said, I remember. He said,
everyone knew that fight should never have happened.
It was a pension fight, though, wasn't it?
There was no way that Crawler
didn't he have an accident a couple of years ago, though? Like, his neighbor was being robbed. He had an accident a couple of years ago. His neighbor was being robbed, and he tried to play the hero, and they came and they clumped him over the head with a brick.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
What I don't understand is, this Lomachenko is a good fighter. I rate him as a good fighter. But what I don't understand is, like, they make out that he sells stuff, like he sells stadiums, that he's such a big star.
No.
And and this is what I don't understand. And Kambosos, he chose Lomachenko first, but Lomachenko said no. I'm defending my country, so I'm not in a mood to fight you. And anyway, that fight would have been pointless, to be honest. The Haney fight, obviously he's got the last belt, and there's a dispute. So but then for Haney to be second, it shows that Kambosos wasn't confident enough, and I believe Haney has got a bigger name than Lomachenko. So now they made the right decision, and I believe Bob Arum is actually backing Devin Haney. I think Bob Arum wants Devin Haney to win anyway, because when he was talking yesterday, he was saying this time, we'll win.
He can't promote. I mean, of course he's going to say that, but there's no way he's going to be able to promote the bosses over here. You know what I'm saying? And like I was saying earlier about the whole thing, I said this a long time ago. Kambosos losing to Haney, Kambosos losing to Loma is totally different between Kambosos losing to Haney. And somebody somewhere along the line was telling Kambosos that obviously Loma was the more money.
It was the better.
Why else would you fight a guy and Lomachenko that has loads of experience, knows how to pace himself in these rounds, knows how to shut out rounds, to win rounds in the beginning or at the end of the round. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but he just took a miscalculation with T.O. But that's just the way I put it. It was all about money.
Yeah, I mean, on that subject's all about money. I mean, what's your guys' take on this? I mean, especially after watching the Saudi Grand Prix last weekend, where there was like a drone strike on the oil fields, and then they're talking about Usyk and Joshua being in Saudi Arabia. Yeah. Is that a safe thing? I understand the money, they're fronting the money and stuff like that, but is that a safe bet to have it in Saudi Arabia?
Well, I told you, I said the same thing when Anthony Joshua went up over there with Andrew Ruiz. I told you, I said the same thing back then. It wasn't safe, and it's not safe now. Between them and Yemen and all that shit, y'all have to understand, if y'all actually went online and y'all seen how many ambushes that happen in Saudi Arabia, you guys would be like, damn, at the palace, at these consulates, they literally do drive-bys, jump out the car and killing armed guards. Really? They really doing drone strikes?
Shit.
They really having rockets from the bordering countries fly into the Houthis and flying over there into Saudi Arabia and blowing up shit. And if you even look at the right or whatever the fight was, look where is, and then you go, even when you go on the clearance guide, or what they call it out there in Britain, when you go into another country, you want to see what kind of shots you need, where not to go, what kind of visa you need. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It'll tell you, stay the fuck away from the border. Stay away from 10 miles away from 10 miles south of Ryder, because the motherfuckers be blowing shit up.
Oh my god,
it's just crazy. I mean, these F1 guys, the likes of like Vettel and Hamilton, they were glad to get the fuck out of there. They didn't want to race in the first place, especially when an oil field is ablaze that's been hit by a drone strike. And now this is coming up about Saudi Arabia again, about putting up the big fight, fronting the money. I understand that. But where's the safety aspect? We could be sat there watching this fight. What's to stop a drone coming over? You know what I mean? It's just like...
Listen, to be honest, they care about the money. That's all they care about. 120 million. Listen, the Arabs are going to put 120 million on the table. All right, Eddie's going to say, all right, mate, let's do it then. He doesn't care about the fans. Yeah, he doesn't care about us going to... Because I really wanted to see that fight. Because if it happens in England or anywhere in the UK, I'll literally go there. But if it happens in Saudi, I'm definitely not going there, because it's not safe to go there anyway.
You can't even spit on the ground over there. And remember, Edward Hearn was even talking about the safety concern for that AJ and Ruiz fight. He was even talking about the safety concerns over there because he was asked. Yeah, you can't. Man, you get caught cussing over there. You can't drink out in public. Shit, let your ass get caught up over there. Talking about something.
Listen, it's true. It's absolutely true. I mean, I've got a mate. He's a Muslim guy, And he went to Dubai back in the day when Dubai was like up and coming before it was like the
Was it
top
just
of
Dan?
it is now. And
So-
you know, you have to show your marriage certificate.
Does
You
laugh
know
at
that
me.
you are actually
London
married,
G-
and if you want to hold hands,
Say
and
this
stuff.
quickly. London G, he ain't picking him, bro. That's one thing he definitely ain't picking. My bad.
Venetian?
Go on.
What's up with Kardashian?
No, I was just laughing. London G's put predictions on Bannon, that Van der Heerden or whatever he's called. He's put 38 years of age.
No, that guy smoked, Conor Ben. I'm telling you.
Who? Anna Vicien?
I'll tell you what. Look what he did to Josh Kelly,
put you
man.
in a body bag.
Look what he did
Venetian
to
got
Josh
knocked out before,
Kelly.
hasn't he?
Say
Yeah,
again.
he knocked him out.
Venetian's been knocked out before, though, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been knocked out, but
Machine.
I think it's a step too far for Conor Bennett at the minute.
Yeah,
But
at the minute.
he's one of them fighters who's got better though, Mo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's found
Just
the right.
like Barrera did. He lost twice to Junior Jones, and look what he did when he come back.
He's found the right pets now, though, hasn't he?
Facts, London G. There's another one he's ducking. You don't want that Marcus smoke neither.
I'll tell you what, I don't think he's ducking Marco. I think they want to build a fight until it gets bigger. But with the Venetian fight, again, that is a dangerous fight without no reward. Like I said, when it comes to boxing, it's about the money. If it doesn't make money, it doesn't make no sense.
I mean, go ahead, Lon.
Do you know what though, Mo? I think right. If Marku wins tomorrow, right, which I think he will. If
Who's he
beats
fighting?
Jenkins, he's fighting Chris Jenkins, isn't he? He's just come off a good win against Julius Ndongo. I know Ndongo.
Oh, that guy in Dongo.
Ndongo, yeah.
I know Ndongo's
That's awful. He's really bad.
That was a
know
beautiful textbook chokehold too.
Say again.
Look at him, looking dead in his eyes,
Yeah.
choking the shit out of him.
Was that today?
Yeah, that was today at the press conference. But if Marku wins
is that the
tomorrow,
weigh-in? Was that the weigh-in, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that, man.
If he wins tomorrow, Ty, do you think he's ready for Anna Vicen?
What, Marku?
Yeah. If
Nah,
he
no,
wins
yeah.
tomorrow.
No,
He ain't got no choice. He ain't got no choice but to just get bet on
because Marku is a bigger name than Venetian. Marku actually got a lot of fans.
Well,
whenever I see Albanians, they tell me how much they like him, and he's got loads of fans, man. Trust
He's
me.
got a lot of
That's Albania, but
a lot. No, listen, I'm telling you something now, yeah. Marku, one day, the boxer Ben Shalom, he's gonna make a massive fight in Albania.
We've got to take it into perspective, though, haven't we? I mean, Julius Ndongo isn't the same Julius Ndongo that was chasing Ricky Burns around the ring and battering him until Crawford got hold of him and sparked him. He's not the same fight.
I remember that fight. That was a good fight, that.
Yeah.
Because he'd just come off the win against that Russian guy, hadn't he, Ndongo?
How much truth is there in this, what I mentioned on WhatsApp the other day about Amir Khan and Marku?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Marku's already. Well, funny you should say that, Canvas, because I watched an interview. It was only not yesterday or day before. God, it was a small British channel, and I have to go on my library and find it. And it was just before the Cal Brook Amir Khan fight, and they were interviewing Marku before the fight started, and he was saying. Both of them. He was picking Cal Brook to win, but he did say, "If I get a chance to fight any of them, I'll smash them both." And I was laughing. I don't know about Cal Brook; it'd be a good fight for him. But the thing is, what I like about this fella, how far he's going to go, I don't know. I really don't know. But one thing I like about him is, you ain't going to see no ducking out of this guy. If he gets a chance to fight someone, he will fight you. He won't duck nobody in.
Can you just imagine the negotiations, though, if that Amir Khan fight came off? Can you imagine what's written in the contract? Marku's got to wear clown shoes. He's got to be blindfolded, one hand tied behind his back.
Damn.
It's like, I can't see it coming off.
The floor with Khan, me.
Yeah,
shot to pieces.
I do as well. I think it's Sky were just putting it out there like as an appetizer, but Kyle don't want to know that smoke at his age. If he's getting chased around the ring and battered by Cal Brook, who's the same age as him and had a better training camp, I just don't like all this crap that's come out now that I was injured. You don't. There's no need to say that because that's taken away from Cal Brook's victory. But I mean, if he wants to go in with this guy, then fair play. But I highly suspect his missus has got something to do with it. You know what I mean? Keeping him fighting.
I mean, the thing is, right, the thing what gets me about these welterweights over here is this: we've actually got an handful of good welterweights over here who should be mixing it up, even way before they even think about going for world title fights or going over to America and fighting their fighters. You've got good fighters over here who want to fight each other, but for some unknown reason, you've got like Conor Benn's he's just gone his way. Like London G just says, digging up another 38-year-old.
Uber driver.
That's what I mean. Do you know what though? I get that much stick because I make videos about Conor. But in fact, over the last 6 months, I've laid off Conor Ben because it was starting to become boring and repetitive. But you get hate because, like, what me and Mike were on about last week and Tyrone, and when you name something or you call a fighter for the BS what they're doing, people hate on you, and it's wrong because if you look at Conor Ben, right, Canvas, I've watched all of his fights, bro. I may have missed one or two, but I've watched 95% of all his fights. And he's just being moved around the chessboard.
Yeah.
Just like how AJ was. It's like as if Eddie Earns realised, like, AJ's obviously or could lose again to Usyk, and then he's like, "Well, if Dillian White loses to Tyson Fury, who's he got? The only other big name really he's got is Conor Ben, so he's gonna sort of protect him again. I mean, look, Samuel Vargas, where the hell did he? What bush did they find him under?
Well, that's another one. That's another one. Another Sky special. None of them said that Vargas had lost his last 5 fights before he got in there with Ben. That didn't come up in the subject. And to all these haters out there, if you want to go look back on Loz's channels where we've discussed up and coming fighters in the past, the likes of the Anthony Yards and the Daniel Dubois, who were protected and then all of a sudden got thrown in with quality and got exposed.
Facts.
This is what we're talking about now. The likes of Conor Ben, who's got a padded resume up to this point against fighters well past their sell-by date, like the Algiers, the Vargases, and then you're throwing against quality, and look what happens. We've told you about this 2-3 years ago. Yard was a classic example, and so was Daniel Dubois. And then you throw me against another quality operator or a better fighter, what the case may be, and look what happens.
I remember Yard.
Where's the hate then? Where's the people turn around and say, "Gee, Loz, you were right after all"?
No, they disappear usually.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know, and so, just look quickly, Tyrone, I'll let you jump in. This is what pisses me off, right? Because I shouldn't let it bother me, but sometimes it does. What pisses me off, right, is you put. I know my videos aren't the best. I've never claimed to be making the best videos. My editing's pretty trash, really. But I don't think you need to be good at editing or good at making videos if your gob can do it for you. I don't know everything about boxing. I don't know a lot about boxing, but I know when someone like Canvas just said, I know, and so do you lot on the panel and in the chat. I know when someone's being protected, and I know when I see BS. But when you speak on it, you just get fucking hated on, or it's like as if YouTube just keep hold of your channel and they won't let it express. Do you know what I mean? I don't know,
Yes,
man. I just
it's like you always got to have like this weird niche with a lie with a fighter. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
facts,
it's like
Mike. Facts, bro.
it is not needed. It's like if I think Earl can beat Crawford. I don't have to fucking lie about it. I don't have to make up shit. I don't have to insinuate anything. I just can tell you it's like that's just what I believe. And then you got these weirdos that's like, oh, well, then you can't explain it. You can't break it down. This and the third. I was like, does it matter? Anybody can break down why they feel that somebody is going to win a fight. But then your argument to be, oh, that don't make any sense. Or if it does make any sense, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, anybody, anybody out there with a lick of fucking sense that's been watching boxing for the last at least about 3 years can say something that's right about or something that sounds about right about how you think that Earl could beat Crawford. But guess what? At the end of the day, it's a fucking opinion. But
Facts, bro,
everybody
Magic, man.
in Obama want to be like, well, I'm a boxing historian. Oh, I've been watching boxing for X amount of long. I'm a fighter. I'm in this guy's camp. I talked to this guy, and he's in that camp. But it's like everybody gets fights wrong. Everybody.
Of
If
course you do,
everybody,
Mike.
if everybody knew that this guy would beat that guy with 100% no doubt, why the fuck didn't you put your mortgage payment or your rent money on it then? Why you didn't go for the chance to win $20,000? Why you didn't go for the chance to when you work at the local grocery mart bagging fucking groceries, putting the hand carts, the totes and shit back. It's fucking it's madness. It's like in order for you to get X amount of subscribers to get these super chats, it's kind of like it kind of makes me feel that. And the reason why I ain't even tried to do it is because it feels like I would have to suck dick. And that's why I refuse to go on that route because
God damn, I got these cheeseburgers.
Do you know what, right? Mike, you couldn't sum it up any better, bro. One thing I've noticed over being on YouTube, right, over the last, I've had my channel it'll be 4 years in August. I've had this channel, and I've never even hit 700 subs. But one thing I can say, even though I've never hit 1,000 subs or 700 subs, whatever, one thing I can say, Mike, is I've got a lot of loyal subscribers, like the lads in the chat.
Right.
And the thing is, Mike, one thing I've learned about YouTube boxing, Mike, is I will speak on what I want to speak on. I won't beat around the bush just to get thousands of subs or thousands of views because it's like it all rolls back again to what we were talking about. These, like Canvas was saying, these boxing commentators won't ask them questions what the fans want to know. They only ask the questions what the media or the fighters want to know. And like you just said, Mike, if you suck dick, you get somewhere. But if you don't, you won't get anywhere. But I'd rather have a proper conversation on boxing with people like you talking about the BS or the good times or people who are coming up with bullshit than fucking talk about bullshit. Do you know what I mean? Like you say, Josh Warrington, he don't want that Lara smoke. Kid Galahad, did he take a back payment? I think so. For Josh Warrington to get on there, that's what I want. We'll pull him up on that bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Spence getting asked, "Oh, what do you think about Deontay Wilder?" And him coming in retirement. Like, what the fuck does that got to do with him fighting new guys? Like,
exactly.
And of all the questions to ask, you were literally waste. These guys, like, you got like 30 guys surrounded, like not 30, but like maybe 8 guys waiting to fucking ask a question, right? And you guys see it all the time, even for the press conferences. You got X amount of time. Devin Haney and Cambosis, that fiasco of a fucking whatever you want to call it, interview or whatever. I think that was a fiasco to me. You wasted all that fucking time asking bullshit ass questions.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Listen,
Exactly, Mike.
We all know the answers.
I want to ask you
Well,
guys a
it's
question
fine,
because
just
like
fine, because
this is something
he
that's
can go to prison for
been
killing
on my mind as well.
Fucking
Do
hell,
you
you
think-
read that comment?
What's that?
Lara shouldn't fight Josh Warrington because he can go to prison for killing that guy.
Yeah, basically.
Fucking true, man.
Speech, man. Listen, this is a question about EJ. When I saw that wreckage of that Ferrari, I was like, wow. Do you think that crash has done something to EJ? Maybe he's missing a step since coming back fighting.
Fuck
even
yeah,
though,
good something to him.
even though he looks great, but I mean, has it done anything to him? There's been lots of questions out there about maybe he's slurring his speech slightly. It's affected his speech impediment.
He been something like that too, but you know, this is what I try to tell everybody.
I love Errol Spence. Don't get me wrong, but I just want your views on it, Mike.
Nah, fuck it. You got to keep it real. And people out here, they think that you can't say nothing about nobody without being a fan. You know what I'm saying? You like, oh, you just a closet. You just saying that just to kick it around to like you're an infiltrator, you're a fence rider, or whatever the case may be. Fuck them. Like, if you can't help but to see it on his fucking face. You know, the car accident is on his fucking face. You know what I'm saying? And I told folks this: if you fucking in a car accident, or let's say for instance you get some severe head trauma, right? Severe head trauma, right? Your head, you don't die or nothing like that. You're not in no coma or nothing like that, but you know you got a severe concussion. That can cause some type of cognizant fucking disorder for life. That one fucking blow. You know what I'm saying? That one fucking blow. You getting hit all inside your head in the ring since you were a wee little child, and now you're a grown ass man, and that shit happens. You can't. Nobody in their right motherfucking mind should be thinking that he's 100%. At this point, after the car accident, he had to find a whole another 100% of himself. He had to sharpen other things to make him look good. Like they showing the thing of him hitting the bag, and everybody's over there sucking dick, talking about, oh, he's looking good. Oh, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. Look at sharp. He's hitting the fucking bag, and he's professional. It should look sharp.
Yeah, but listen though, he fought against Danny Garcia, and I didn't see, anything bad. To be honest, yeah, maybe it didn't stop him, but who stops Danny anyway? I want to see against Ugas how he performs before I have some sort of judgment, because
how did that last round go?
Maybe
how
the
did that
car
last
accident
round go with Danny Garcia?
Maybe the car accident, maybe that was a good thing for him.
How did that last round go with Danny Garcia?
Now he's awakened now. Now maybe he's not gonna do what he was doing.
How did that last round go with Danny Garcia?
Look, as watchers commented, I'm just very, very happy that Errol come through that.
I said, how did that last round go with Danny Garcia?
Yeah, of course that didn't go that well. But
yeah, and you see how he moved, and you see how he moved.
Yeah. And that's why I can't wait for the Ugas fight. It's in that a couple of weeks from now.
Yeah, we right.
Because I really want to see how he performs. Because Danny, for some reason, I don't like Danny wasn't putting the pedal down. I don't know why, but somehow it just kind of.
You can't put the pedal down with everybody. See, there's the thing between somebody putting the pedal down on Errol Spence and Danny Jacobs and Joseph Parker putting the pedal down on somebody. They just choose not to. With Errol Spence, they're getting hit. They're trying to be cautious and not get fucking knocked out and not take them body shots. With Joseph Parker and Danny Jacobs, they hurt you and be like, hey, how you feeling? You think you want to go again? Can we start back up? You ready? You want to hold a little bit? You want to run a little bit? All right, cool. I'm gonna let you run a bit. I ain't gonna cut off the ring. Okay, do your thing.
That's the one thing about EJ that I've noticed from the Calbrook fight, even to the Sean Porter fight. His viciousness when you think that another guy has won that round, EJ will have the last say in that round in the last 20 seconds.
Yeah, I've got Spence to win that.
Especially Sean Porter, where everyone, we said it ourselves that Porter will put him under pressure because that sort of nasty close-in style, that mauling style. Spence had the last word in every round, and I knew then that Spence was going to win that fight. Yeah. And if he's still got that, he'll beat Ugas. I agree with Loz. But I just wanted to put that question out there because there's been a lot of talk about it. I mean, when you've seen that wreckage of that Ferrari, how the hell anybody walked away from it? I mean, they make films about shit like that on other boxers. Like what's his name? The Pazienza. They made a film about him fucking having a neck injury, for God's sake. They should make a film about that, how he walked away and got back in the ring. Because that shit's just unbelievable. When you see that Ferrari.
I think that shows that God exists. Times like that exist.
Absolutely.
It shows that God exists, and if you're meant to die, you die, and if not, you survive, and it's as simple as that.
Yeah, that shit was like Canvas Bear said, that accident was vicious, and can't nobody say that shit. Broken bones, teeth, and all that shit. Hell, I broke my hand once. What is it, third metacarpal or whatever. My hand ain't never been the fucking same since, man. You know what I'm saying? And flipping around like that and stretcher and mouth shut and bruises all over your body, a whole bunch of. I'm pretty sure he had like a couple broken bones. And I think his hand was broke too. And
this guy's going in on Errol Spence, isn't he? This Vortex.
You just got to be just a. I don't think you got to be an idiot, but you got to be a dick rider. You got to be a true dick rider. Believe he's the same man. A true dick rider.
Say again, Mike.
I said, if you think Errol Spence is the same that he was before, you have to be a true dick rider.
Oh no, yeah, I agree.
Obviously, it's never going to be the same again. But the thing is, before that accident, we all know what was happening with him, with the drinking and stuff like that. So obviously, with the accident, it kind of woke him up and made him realize, I've got a second chance in life.
You see, man, you got to stop that stuff. Like them folks, they human beings, man. It's like that whole thing about, fighters shouldn't drink, they shouldn't do this. Yeah, they shouldn't. Yeah, but they still got to live their life too. They still got to enjoy what the fruits of life while they're here. And it's not like Errol Spence ain't never showed up to a fight and didn't perform.
I don't think the fight will take place, Loz. I think Crawford will fight Taylor.
Man, you're a Debbie Downer, man. You're a Debbie Downer, Canvas.
Listen,
the thing is though,
I don't think
we'll see that fight. We've been calling for it for 3-4 years.
Over there, busting my bubble. Talking about it ain't happening.
Listen, people talk about Pacquiao and Mayweather took years to make. I just don't think Crawford wants any part of Spence. I think he'll fight Taylor at 147, and I think it'll be a 2-fight deal. And I think Crawford will move up, and I have this suspicious feeling.
I think the fight is happening, and the only reason why I'm saying it's happening, I think
Crawford beats Spence. Sorry, I do.
I'll put it like this: let's see who Crawford goes to. Let's see who Crawford. If Crawford goes to a promotional company first, and then let's come up with something first. You know what I'm saying? Then let's say whether or not it's happened or not. Because if he goes by himself and just do fight by fight deals and stuff like that, maybe get with the network, and I would give that more of a chance. But depending on who he picks as a promoter, hell, even if he goes to the PBC even might want to one-off by himself before that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I just say let's just wait and see what happens.
Okay. On the flip side of that, then, how far do you think EJ can go up in the rankings? Go up to middleweight and campaign there and stay there? Because he's not going to stay at 147.
I think he could go up to 154.
Hold up. That's just a stepping stone, isn't it, from 147?
160.
No,
Yeah.
I think
Would he go to
he will go to
160? Yeah.
160,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, he
I
can.
think
He
he
can
could
easily
do
do that.
168.
He's got that frame, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I think he could do 168, but you know, you don't want to do a Mikey Garcia and move up and be all flabby.
Get on the burritos.
Yeah,
No,
he's flabby as fuck.
I tell you,
Yeah, he does London G.
I tell you what, I laughed my arse off when I seen Garcia on the scales against Spence. Talk about stuffing 20 burritos down your neck to make the weight. It was flabby. It was disgusting.
And he went to
Tits,
SmackDown.
didn't he?
And
he went to
sure enough,
SmackDown too.
5 rounds after 5 rounds, that weight was drowning him.
He had to just keep moving, you know, and he couldn't really do anything but just keep moving. And he went the snack route, and it didn't help him not one bit. They talked all this type of shit about the nutrition and all that stuff leading up and dieting, and it looked like he was with Andrew Ruiz eating Snicker bars.
I lost a lot of respect for his dad in that fight because he should have pulled him out because he was getting battered. Yeah,
I don't blame him. I don't blame him. I won't give him his dad shit for that. But what I would say is that people have to understand that Mikey Garcia saved himself from getting knocked out. Because if he tried to say fuck it, I'm losing, I'm just gonna bang it out with him, he was gonna get fucking knocked out.
What's going on with Mikey Garcia now after getting beat by that guy from Spain?
I don't know. Yeah, what happened?
I think
about it.
They want to go for the Prograis fight, but I don't know if it has any.
Oh God.
Right, I'm going to have to close down, boys.
Yeah, shut that shit up. Shut that soft ass shit up.
Yeah, it's been a good one.
It's 1 o'clock in the morning over here.
Yeah.
You don't fucking want to go live at 10 o'clock.
I know,
I've
been up since 6.
Lost, before you go, I'm going to ask you a question. Who do you got winning anyway? Errol or Crawford?
Me?
Crawford. Yeah.
Crawford.
Oh, what about you, Tyrone?
Tyrone.
I mean, it's a
thing
with Crawford. He's going to have a limit. I mean, the guy they're both small, but Errol Spence is bigger than him significantly.
Yeah.
Oh, so you got
He's going to reach a limit, dude. He's going to. I mean, Crawford's going to run to somebody who's going to be just way too much for him. I mean, moving around at 5'7" will only get you so far.
I think he will if he moves up to 154.
What
I think that's where Crawford will come unstuck.
160. 54 sucks, though. 54 isn't that good of a division.
Well, Charlo's up there, isn't he?
Jamel isn't that good. Jamel don't even want to fight Errol.
Yeah.
Mo, on that question, ask me that when the fight's made, dude.
To me, I had Crawford winning before the crash, but after the crash, I got Spence winning because I know Spence is awake now. I think Spence is more hungry now. He's got a second chance in life, and I think he'll beat him.
You're only as good as your last fight, and I said when he fought Porter, how he takes care of Porter will determine how I think he will beat Crawford.
Yeah.
And he beat Spence. He beat Porter convincingly. Now after the crash, let's just see how he goes against Ugas, and we'll take it from there.
Yeah,
I think that's quite fair.
Let's make the fucking fight first of all, though. You know what I'm saying? But,
Remember, Laws?
Put one in the chat.
He wants you to stay on for another hour.
For another hour? Yeah, I'd love to. I was just looking on my phone. I just lost 2 subs. Hey,
they're Josh Warrington fans, man. They're Josh Warrington fans.
Yeah, they must be. Yeah, they must be.
Remember, Laws, when I said that Crawford to stop? I think I said, and Stormy, we both said that Crawford will stop Sean Porter.
Yeah, and Cal Brook. Stormy said the same thing about Cal Brook and
I think that night Sean Porter's daddy had to knock out in the night.
Kenny Porter stopped Sean Porter, to be honest.
Sure. Like, that dude could have got back up, but it is what it is. You can't take it back. So I guess Stormy B-Man is right, but I'm just gonna wait to see how this fight goes.
And it's something when your dad is more fly than you, Kenny Porter, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Well, Adrian
More fly than his son.
When he fought Broner,
Broner take away from Porter as his resume, man. Porter's fought.
Oh, of course, I'm not taking away nothing from that. Porter's he's legit, man.
Porter is, man.
Yeah, of course, man.
I just, Sean Porter would have been a cold ass dude if he just didn't throw all those fucking haymakers with like it was just like you throwing wide and all this shit and you missing and you don't see that. You know what I'm saying? How many power shots you gonna throw in the round and miss? Like
he's our Josh Warrington.
He never used that. Porter's problem, Mike. He never had a jab or straight right. Everything was left and right, hook, wasn't it, or uppercut. It was like as if his arms were bent.
To be fair, though,
left and right.
To be fair, Cal Brook laid the blueprint of how to beat Sean Porter.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
And a lot of guys, I've seen Errol Spence do the same thing. Step away from him, let him come in, and then counter him as he comes in.
He'll be having his head down sometimes too. I'll be like, is you looking?
Porter was playing poker face because he was getting his legs unsteady in respect to Porter, the guy's foot. Yeah, exactly, London G. And do you know one thing I want to say about Cal Brook, man? I was thinking about this a few weeks back, just to myself, done. I was just thinking, do you know what? Cal Brook could have been one of the greatest welterweights to ever come out of this country. If you look at his career,
the fights that could have been,
the
fights that could have been.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If before Cal Brook fought Golovkin, him and Keith Thurman were the two main men of that division. And for some unknown reason, them two, we were talking about this, weren't me and Stormy were, Tyrone might have been there, but we were talking about this. And I think with Cal Brook, what happened, the greed, because Chris Eubanks didn't step up to the plate to fight Golovkin, greed, and also he let Eddie Hearn ruin his career. Eddie Hearn ruined Cal Brook's career.
It's not only that. It's not only that. There was a lot of names mentioned before he even got to Golovkin. Brandon Rios, Devin Alexander,
Jesse Vargas.
He'd have whooped Alexander.
Why them fights never came off? And
he'd have whooped Devin Alexander.
Unfortunately, I mean, I'm a Cal Brook fan. I've said this before, but he's been his own worst enemy. Cal Brook. He could have earned as much money as Khan in the business, but for whatever reason, he never took them fights, and I don't know why.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. If Cal Brook hadn't have been run by fucking run by Eddie Hearn, he would have been a fucking great fighter. But he was shot to pieces after the Golovkin fight. Well, he wasn't shot to pieces, but when he fought Spence, KQ, salute to you, OG. OG's in the house. I just before I get up out of here, for me, Cal Brook ruined his own career by letting Eddie Hearn rule the roost for him.
Yeah, I don't think he knew though, Laws. I don't think
he didn't, Mike. But the thing is, Mike, if you look at his career, he's chopped and changed with his managers. Look when he fought Brook, he never had Dominic Ingle in his corner. And as much shit as we can give Dominic Ingle, but Dominic Ingle is a stable guy with Cal Brook.
Yeah, but that's the thing is like, Edward Hearn said something. When you leave me, I'm done with you. You know what I'm saying? What makes you think that Edward Hearn didn't do some fucking vindictive ass shit and threw some roadblocks to where he couldn't get his thing off without him? You know, these dudes have millions of dollars, man. It's like Cal Brook goes somewhere else. That's money out of Edward's mouth. You know what I'm saying? And he's probably feeling that I put all this money behind you and made you. But the thing about it was Brook was gonna always be who he was. Only thing he had to do was just beat people.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, but
It
Mike,
didn't.
listen to me, man. Cal, right? Let me explain this one thing to you. Eddie Hearn don't care about people. He does, but a lot of them. He never cared for Cal Brook, man, because anyone in the fucking anybody with a brain knew that Cal Brook was never gonna beat Golovkin. He was fighting a guy 2 or 3 divisions heavier than him. And you say what you want about Golovkin. I don't rate him as being the best and all this, but man, Golovkin can punch. You only have to look at what he did to Cal Brook's face. He smashed him in. He smashed him in. And fair play to Cal Brook if you think 2 back-to-back fights, Mike, Golovkin and then Errol Spence.
Yeah.
That's some fucking fighting, that, man. And I knew about Errol Spence because I used to follow a guy on YouTube who was a big Errol Spence fan. Big Errol Spence. And I watched all these fights and he kept calling and he kept calling and he kept calling for Cal Brook to fight Errol Spence. And he was saying he's ducking him and all this. I never heard of Errol Spence and I went and I watched all these fights. Watched the Algieri fight, the Leonard Bundu fight, and other fights before that. And I thought, you know what? This is one of them fights what reminds me of Nigel Benn versus Gerald McCall. Not the way it panned out, the way how this guy just come out of nowhere in the British media, and he was just deemed as a good fighter and a hurtful fighter, and you saw that when he fought him. Crawford,
the only thing, yes,
not
the only
Crawford,
thing
sorry, Spence.
I know you want to get off Loz, but I mean, the only thing that
He ain't going
worries me
fucking nowhere.
about Cal Brook was when Billy Joe Saunders popped dirty against Andrade, that weight cutting agent. Why did Cal Brook run away from the Ingle gym when he was with like Dominic
Exactly.
Ingle? There was something very strange there. How he fucking ran away from that gym as if like, am I next? That was weird. And like no one's ever really questioned that.
Exactly,
no one's ever brought it up because
D'Lo salute D'Lo and salute. Sorry, my bad.
It makes you wonder to go from middleweight to fighting Errol Spence down to 147, and when Billy Joe Saunders popped dirty for that weight cutting agent when he was due to fight Andrade, why did Cal Brook leg it out of that gym?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, Canvas. This is what people don't realise. They don't fucking speak on shit like this. They don't speak on shit like this. Cal Brook, to me, right, has been back and two with his trainer, back and two with his promoters. Why? Why? Is it because the promoters didn't get on with his trainer and his trainer didn't get on with his trainer? Did Dominic Ingle see something what you didn't see through Eddie Hearn? Or
it's
did
been
Eddie
a lot
Hearn
of, it's been a lot of wasted time. Why campaign for a few fights at 154?
That's why I just said to you. That's why I just said to you that Cal Brook wasted his career. Could have been one of the best welterweights to come out of this country if he'd have been guided properly through his manager and his trainer, his promoter, sorry, and his trainer. But I think Cal Brook's to blame for a lot of it as well because I think he got greedy.
Absolutely.
I think he got greedy. He definitely got greedy for that Golovkin fight. I know D'Lo's just put salute to you, D'Lo, and he was whooping him. Cal Brook was whooping him. He was whooping Errol Spence. So the first, this is just my honest opinion. This is just my general honest opinion. If you go back and watch the Errol Spence Cal Brook fight, and you go back and you watch the Golovkin Brook fight, the Brook fight, totally agree with what D'Lo said. Cal Brook was whipping his ass till his face fell apart. Cal Brook put the blueprint out there how to beat Golovkin, and he did.
if you look at the Mikey
And
Garcia
then-
fight against Errol Spence, Mikey Garcia tried to do the same thing. Step to the southpaw left and get away from him, swing round so you could hit him from the side. Mikey Garcia tried to do that. He copied Cal Brook, but he was just drowning in his own weight. He couldn't do it. He couldn't sustain it. He tried it, same sort of tactic of what Cal Brook did against Spence, but like you said, his orbital bones just couldn't hold up to that power.
Yeah. The Spence fight went 11 rounds. Me personally, I scored that fight. I had Cal Brook 6 rounds up, and then it was just as if after round 6, when Spence come out, he just went through the gears.
It was the eye. I think I had Brook up like 4-2 or something at that point. I had him winning comfortably, and then he came on because he hurt his eye. I didn't believe in the body shots paying dividends. I didn't believe in any of that stuff. I thought he got his eye smashed in, and that's what made the difference in the fight.
But Tyrone, do you think that his other eye got smashed in, or his face fell apart because of the Golovkin fight before? Because you got to think about it, right, Ty? If you think about it, right?
If it wasn't for that eye, he would have beat man.
Well, Tyrone, this is what I'm asking you. If you think about it, right? I know he only got one side of his face smashed in, and his orbital bone, but wasn't Golovkin hitting both sides of his face? So did he weaken that side as well as breaking that side? And then when he fought Spence just finished that side off? I don't know. These are the questions what you could ask yourself. But one thing I will always stand on my box and say is, when Cal Brook got beat off Golovkin, look at his face, man. Look at his face. Even though he's standing there proud saying, "You didn't drop me, I didn't go down," he was a fucking mess.
It took his manhood from him, man. I think.
Didn't he just?
Yeah, I think Golovkin took everything away from him. Absolute everything.
Yeah.
Everything. Yeah. And Eddie Hearn knew it as well. That's why he fed him to Spence.
Facts, Mel. Facts, bro. These are the questions what I'm asking. He did. He should have never been in there. But Eubank's fucking arse fell out. Give it all that about fighting fucking Golovkin. Then when they tried to make the fight, Eubanks' backside fell out. But I don't want to hear that BS that Cal Brook came to save the day, because that's what Eddie Hearn said. He saved this show. No, he fucking didn't. You put him in there to save your show, but Cal Brook got blagged off you for that.
And how much did he get paid for that? 500 grand?
Exactly, Mo. And now look at them. They can't fucking stand to cross the road against each other. They hate one another.
Pretty much. That's what was said.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, Cal Brook, I don't think he's the smartest guy.
Yeah, I know, Watcher. He did. That's true. It was Cal's choice. Yeah, it was. I agree with you. That's why I said Cal Brook's to blame for his own career as well.
What you have to understand is it was Kell Brook. Now I don't know too much of the history now, but it was Kell Brook, and then it was Anthony Joshua. See what I'm saying? It's the same pimp game. Let me. All right, check this out.
Yeah, I know what you're going to say.
The Wilder fight didn't happen. They went somewhere else. That shit didn't pan out right. He happened to win, and now he has lost again. He's out there talking about how they boys and how they kick it and blah blah woo woo woo. But
you're talking about AJ.
Yeah, but now
but you could say the same thing about both guys, though, innit?
That's what I'm trying to hit to. So if AJ loses his next fight with Usyk, I'm telling you, it ain't gonna be no more of AJ as the shot caller. AJ is either gonna stop boxing, or he's gonna do what the fuck Edward Hearn told him to do, or Edward Hearn's gonna let him go.
I think he'll let him go, Mike.
No, I don't think he's going to let him
I
go.
don't.
because-
I don't mean like that, Mo. I don't think he'll let him go if he loses straight away. What I'm trying to say to you, because he won't, because AJ will always be that draw for Eddie.
I literally said
Anybody will take him. Frank will take him.
I
Americans will take him.
I literally just said that if AJ doesn't fight who he wants him to, he's going to let him go. He's not going to be no more I'm calling the shot type motherfucker.
Mike,
I'm
at the moment, he's a no title motherfucker. So
I'm telling you, because think about it though. Who knows best? Who do you think knows best around there? That's what he's gonna pitch. I know what's best. You want to do this? You want to do that? Da da da. Other than that, he can't help him because Edward Hearn's gonna have to make some money. He's just not gonna make money off of AJ. All them fights that he's been putting on and stuff like that. All that money has been funded by fucking AJ and Kell Brook.
Yeah, exactly. London G.
By AJ and Kell Brook. So all that money he's been getting, he's been putting on all these other shows with that money. He's been fronting all that money that he's been making to put on these other shows. He did it with Kell Brook, and he's been doing it with Anthony Joshua. And if Anthony Joshua loses again, he's going to have to be Eddie's little puppet.
Mike, I totally agree with you, bro. I totally agree with you. This is all I'm trying to say. Because I've got to wrap up and get up out of here, bro. Because it's like,
let's soft shit up.
Listen, Mike. If you don't behave, you might end up getting this.
Look at, he's like a beetle on his back.
That could happen to you, Michael.
You understand, Mikey. We're on the GMT over here.
Did you put him on headlock? Who's that guy?
Can you hear me?
Law's over there bullying people at work. Okay.
Wow.
I'm gonna call the fucking safety inspector.
Listen.
Come over there to a job site and so that you guys are fucking having unsafe practices over there.
Loss is fighting people for £1 in a dinner hour.
You over there fighting people for pea soup.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. The computer's playing up. No, listen. To wrap this up, Mike, I totally agree with what you just said. Now, he's my workmate, he's a lad who I work with. We always have like he's a cheeky fuck. He gives me shit every day. So I have to twist him up and put him back in his place. But no, just to wrap this up, because I've got to get up out of here. I totally agree with what you've just said, Mike, about Eddie Hearn will do the same thing with Anthony Joshua. It's like as if Eddie Hearn's got this fucking spell. It's money, isn't he? And he just waves his hand and gone are the days of when I was growing up watching boxing as a kid, where the promoters are, apart from like Don King, he was okay. I know Don King's fucking, he ain't no better than any of them, but one thing Don King gave us was good fights, but you never heard the promoter and the fucking camera giving it all that. Now these days, I think you never hear the boxers hardly talking. You hear more of the fucking promoters giving it that. Especially Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn's a camera whore. He fucking loves. He's got to be on social media.
Do you not think it's weird though? I mean, you're absolutely right what you're saying, Loz. Most promoters back in the day didn't turn up till fight week. You know what I mean? But I think the timing is absolutely perfect. I think that Hearn has realised he's took Joshua as far as he can. I don't think himself he's going to beat Usyk in a rematch. But what does that matter? Because I've just signed a fucking multi-deal with Canelo. Fuck is all.
Canvas, you're on the ball, bro.
And do you know what?
And if that fails, then we are.
I've got plan B, bitches.
Conor Ben.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll go that far, mate.
No. He's plan A. He's plan A. Well, let's get it real. His plan A is Canelo because he's been hanging out the back of Canelo for the last fucking year or two. That he like Porky says, you can see him eating his food. Stay ready, Matt.
Yeah.
Salute to you, bro.
Yeah.
Well, Steve, where the hell you been? Yeah, salute to you. I'm still going. Mark, I hope you're good out there in Texas, bro. Salute to you, pimping. But yeah, just like you just said, Canvas. Eddie Hearn is a plan is Canelo. He's virtually done with Joshua now. Let's be honest. He's been hanging out the back of fucking Canelo and
I've
chasing
rode that horse
Canelo's
as hard as I
tails.
can, and now I've hit a brick
Yeah.
wall.
So
Let's
his
get a
plan A
deal
is
done with Canelo.
His plan A is Canelo. His plan B is Anthony Joshua. His plan C is hoping that Dillian White can beat Fury. And then if he loses all three of them, he's always got that backup card, Mr. Conor Benn.
And another thing as well, with AJ as well, he's got a couple of more good fights with him anyway. Dillian White and maybe Joe
he gonna do him like
Hergovich. So he's still gonna make money with him, regardless if he loses that fight against Usyk.
He ain't worried about no. But you're right, Mo, because Dillian White and Chisora are still getting fights.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, Mike, just let me say this to Matt. Salute, bro. The thing is, though, Mike, a lot of people. Mo's right what he's saying about AJ being a big draw still, but the thing is, though, AJ's stock has gone down big time since he lost to Usyk, and if he loses again, it's gonna be down the barrel. And the reason why I'm saying that is because he may get away with a second Dillian White fight. If he loses to Usyk this second time, he may get away with an Usyk with a Dillian White fight as a pay-per-view. But nobody. What I've realised over this last year, since Tyson Fury beat Wilder, his stock has gone up over here, and AJ's has gone down because a lot of them Tyson Fury fans, were only part-time AJ fans, and when Fury got something, they jumped off the bandwagon and went with Tyson Fury, and now everyone AJ don't get that love. You go on Facebook and look in them comments on them web pages.
They're all on Fury stick, another thing as well, they've been referencing before. They used to reference AJ in TV series and stuff like EastEnders and all that. But now they're referencing Tyson Fury in EastEnders.
Yeah, he don't get that love no more, mate. He don't get that love. That's why I'm saying I don't think that no one would want to see if AJ loses to Usyk. This is just my opinion.
Yeah,
that's all. If AJ loses to Usyk the second time, like I say, he might get away with a Dillian White fight, but he ain't going to get away with any more pay-per-view fights after that. Who does he fight? Who does he fight? Unless it's Tyson Fury. That's the only other pay-per-view fight he'll
and that
get.
probably will happen as well. That happened, but not just yet though.
Yeah, facts, dog. Dog's there. DLG. AJ got hate for his black speech though.
Yeah.
Ever
since that, they've been saying like, oh, he hates white people. Oh, why should we support him and all that sort of stuff. So now they've basically literally twisted that whole lot, and now the TV, like the media is against him now, isn't it?
Yeah. Right, I gotta get up out of here, man, because I'm really tired. My eyes are burning.
This motherfucker.
It's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you all.
Eye drops in, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's been a good night, man. It's been a good night.
You'll get twisted up like my mate Robert Pope at work if you don't shut the fuck up, Mr. Johnson.
I'm gonna put some semen with extra lie in your eyes.
Michael, if my arm could come down this telephone line and you give you across that face.
Yeah, then I'll you do that to me, long.
Yeah, I know what's coming. Yeah. You can put that away, Michael.
Motherfucking phone too.
I don't want to hear that. Shit. Real men
Mike.
use these.
Mike, what's the
Yeah.
time in the
That
States
shit.
where you are at the minute? What's the
London
time?
G, salute to you, bro. Take care, good
8:28.
brother.
8:28.
Fucking hell, man.
Man, I didn't crack my first beer till 9 p.m. Fucking hell, it's 1:30 in the morning here, man.
Yeah, salute, dog.
My
Right,
beer
I've got to go. I'm getting up out of here.
Yeah,
All right,
nice one.
London
Nice one,
G,
guys.
salute. DOG, I'm going to say bye to you all in a minute. Stay ready. Fucking hell. Watch Vortex, Mr. Pads, London G. Everyone, salute to you. Canvas, an absolute pleasure, bro. Wish we could have spun it out a little bit longer, but
Yeah, respect, man.
Mr. Johnson, always a pleasure. You know that, Mike.
Right on, my brothers.
Good man. Tyrone,
Yeah,
absolute pleasure.
Good night, good night, good evening, wherever you are.
Yeah,
Latest.
Mo, great to see you, and always a pleasure.
Cheers,
I'm
mate.
up out of here. I'll catch you next Friday.